Manchester United versus West Ham. Oh, there's a cheers already. We're kicking off.
Was that on the?
That's how happy we are. Well, that's why I never do the intros. I was going to go all Joe Smith there, but obviously they're in the States. Joined by Ronnie. How excited are you for this blockbuster? Where did West Ham finish last season?
Were they below us, weren't they?
I think they all went above us in the end.
I think West Ham were just. Oh yeah, you're right. They end up going above us, but they didn't have the greatest season, and I don't know if they've really done much in the window either. I know they've lost Mohamed Kudus, which is obviously a big factor. They've not really replaced him. I know Paqueta's got off on his gambling charges as well. I don't know if that's anything that we're talking about really.
He's on the bench, I think.
But I feel like I don't know if he's going to sue anyone. Because it's kind of derailed him in the past couple of years, hasn't he? Because he was on his way to Man City at one point. Yeah. But as for excitement, I'm always excited to watch pre-season games just to see if there's been any development. I'm not gonna lie to you, I am, because live and breathe football, don't we? Get to watch your team. But am I expectant? Am I excited? I'd be a bit more excited if a certain player was playing, just to see a new player. But I feel like I'll decide how excited I'm about the season from pre-season, even though sometimes it can be a little bit very different, not even just a little bit. But
just who's in excitement there, Ronnie? Honestly, just contain yourself.
I wanted to see Mbumo play, man.
Yeah. Finn, how are you on the scale of excitement for this pre-season?
Yeah, I'm quite similar. I really like pre-season games just because there's that hope that you're going to see a change and a little bit of development in some areas, and obviously you still get to see new players. Cunha's only played one half of football for us, so he's still, brand new. He's still got that shiny new toy thing about him. So yeah, I get a lot of excitement out of these games, even though they don't mean anything, and usually you forget them in a couple of weeks. But yeah, looking forward to this because there's a lot of things that need to change, and Amrim he's put some hints forward about what needs to change, but we need to see it. And these kind of games are where you see those developments. So yeah, looking forward to it.
And Tom, are you excited?
I struggle with pre-season a little bit sometimes. I've seen us have good ones, and the league forms started terribly, and vice versa. So, you don't read too much, but I will get, because it's Amrim, and because we know that last season, it was about having the time to work with the squad. This is his time now.
Yeah.
If it starts going well, I will get a bit giddy, I'm sure.
Okay, we're going to get the team news on the screen very, very soon. But just looking at pre-season as a whole then, Ronnie, how much sort of emphasis do you put on the results? Because I was doing the watch-along against Leeds, and as expected, because it wasn't a blockbuster United 10-0 drilling against a rival in a nonsense game, people were saying, "Oh, Amrim out." They were. You can go through social media. But where do you judge results in pre-season?
I judge more on performance than on the actual scoreline. Obviously, scoreline does always help, but obviously it's a friendly, so you don't really win much from winning. I know it's a summer series, but I'm just trying to see performances, because we talk about results last season, how bad they've been, but the performances have been just as bad, so it's almost correlated, and we can get some games where you deserve more than you end up getting. But I think after what we can quite honestly say was one of the worst seasons I've seen in my lifetime supporting Manchester United, I think I definitely want to see some sorts of improvement. And I remember what the games are like, I remember what the performances are like, so I think pre-season is a good time where the excuse is a lesson. You've got a couple of new recruitments, but it's not even that, it's just more time with the team to kind of introduce your ideas, because it was a manager that came in mid-season, and when he came in mid-season it was just frequent midweek games, Europe, and so he didn't really have much time. Now he's had time, you want to see results, results in terms of performance, more or less.
Right, so the score line isn't the end goal, seeing what they do on the pitch. How about you, Finn? What are you sort of looking for in this pre-season?
Yeah, again, similar. I want to see a bit of cohesion, some kind of idea on the pitch, some structure and kind of style of play that's clearly identifiable. And what we want to see from this team is positive attacking football. And you want to see those ideas transmitted through the whole team. Also, really important, I think, to see that the players have come back in shape and they actually look raring to go ahead of the season. So I think we can say, from what we've seen so far, everyone does look in pretty good shape. The players have come back pretty lean, and that's one of the big things that United have struggled with and needed to work on. So hopefully that's another improvement that we're going to see, for the rest of the pre-season and ahead of the new season. But yeah, it's mainly performance first. The results are nice. It's something to get a little bit excited about. But yeah, the performances is always going to be the most important thing.
Yeah, how about you, Tom? 'Cause I remember pre-seasons where I think it was Louis van Gaal in America, and that was amazing. I thought we were going to win everything that year, and it just didn't work out. So where are you on?
I think that's where I'm at. But like they said, I think it is performances, but sometimes it's not even full games. It's periods of games where you might have the players on the pitch that you think, oh, well, these are players that are going to start, but then very quickly you start making changes and you make wholesale, and then before you know it, there's other things at players, and there's minutes, there's players in the shop window. Some of these players might still move on yet, so there's a few things that are happening.
Yeah, we're going to do the
What's
team
that
that we're
mean?
going to shout.
Yeah, that is
Team
it.
news,
Tom speaking and he's just like, team news,
Jesus.
team news.
I was struggling there.
Right, we're gonna
No one wants this. What am I saying?
We'll come back to Tom very soon.
I'm excited.
Right, we're going to
Straight
get
back
the
to
team
Tom,
news.
Blake.
Tom, do you want to read the team
No,
news?
so I can't see that over there. Go on, you
Okay,
go.
so
You're a bit iffy.
I'm tired. It's been a long day.
I'm struggling from there. Bayindir in net, Euro, Dilit, Heaven at the back, Dorgu, Ugarte, Mainoo, Ahmad, Cunha, Fernandez, and Hojlund up front. Let's start back to front. Hojlund is a man, Finn, that you're excited to see back in the United shirt.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know what to think with him. I've been quite a big supporter of him for
You've
most
been patient
of the time.
in it, yeah.
Like most of the time he's been at the club. I really liked him as a player at Atalanta, and I was a big supporter of the signing. And I'm now reaching definitely the end of my limit, where it's completely. I think it's almost a lost cause at this point, because I think one of the most telling signs was seeing Chido Obi make a couple of appearances at the end of last season, and he's by no means the finished article and ready to be United striker, but the fact that a 17-year-old striker with no senior experience could come in and not look any worse than a £70 million striker is quite alarming, and we haven't seen him really improve in the areas that he's needed to, in terms of that issue with how he uses his body when he's got a defender behind him, his use of the ball, kind of technical ability, and just general decision making. It's not come together the way that I've hoped for so long that it would, and so it's nice to think that maybe there's still time and this could be the golden pre-season for him to come back. But yeah, I'd be lying if I said I had a lot of hope that that's going to happen. But at the same time, it would be interesting to see him playing with players like Cunha and Mbeumo, who obviously they're both big goal threats, but they can also be creative producers in that final third. Maybe that would provide a little bit more service for Hojlund to get onto. So that would definitely be interesting. But yeah, I can't say I've got a lot of hope for him at the moment.
Yeah, I'm excited to see Delo play.
Yeah.
What a second half.
No, it's just a bit of a running joke that obviously Delo's not like a favourite of the fan base in it, but for some reason he's a player that I like.
He gets very harsh treatment.
Do you know what I
doesn't
mean?
I like Dylan.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think
he loves it as well, doesn't he?
Yeah, he enjoys it more than anybody else at United.
That's why
So,
I'm always happy for him.
So I feel like we all have them players where you're just in their corner, no matter what, even though his performances weren't great the whole last season.
I think his big,
So where
big moment last season was West Ham, that open net miss. Was that the last Ten Hag game?
Pretty much sacked.
He's just
Yeah,
a bozo, really, innit? That's the problem. I think part of it is, I think it's universally known as United fans that when you watch Delo play, you can just, there's certain people, it's just in life as well, you can look at them and you just know their cogs turn a bit slower, innit?
So I think he was worse last season though than he was prior. I think last season he just
I feel like it's just up there sometimes in his head, and he's a bit slow.
He had a great game. United's best game last season, I thought, was maybe against Liverpool at Anfield. I thought Delo was great in that game. And that was it.
That's what
I think it helps his concentration, doesn't it? When it's
such a
big
game to
occasion,
focus on. Yeah.
It came
Do you think
from
him not starting means much about how Amorim rates him? And
that's what I was actually going to segue, rather than just randomly talking about Delo and saying that I don't mind him. There was a discussion I was trying to stem from. It was because obviously Mbeumo's coming to the team and he's probably going to lock down that right 10 spot, and then everyone's thinking, where's Ahmad going to play? He might play right wing back. There's been a bit of a discussion whether Ahmad might actually come out the side, and because Amorim has this kind of favourability towards starting Delo there. So it's more like people are wondering whether because of Mbeumo becoming that right 10 where Ahmad was playing for a lot of games, is Ahmad actually going to be the starting right wing back, or will it be Delo? And a lot of people in and around United expect it to actually be Delo. That's probably most likely to be the starter there, even still, and it's become a bit controversial because I think everyone wants Ahmad in the team.
It's an interesting position to be in, though, because last season when Ahmad was fit, it was like we can play him anywhere because he's our best player. But now that we have the option to try, sort of rotate, we're in a stronger position going into this season anyway, aren't we, Tom?
But I feel all right about that kind of stuff. And if you've got the likes of Cobby, who was struggling a little bit last year to get in the team towards the end, Mason Mount, who's almost kind of forgotten. It's nice that the team doesn't pick itself, and these players will just compete for the places, and the best ones will.
sorry.
Is this a running joke now?
I'm not allowed to read that out. Am I that word? It's just Ugarte getting a load of stick.
Abuse.
Me?
No, Ugarte.
Oh, Ugarte.
Yeah.
This is why I love when Tom comes on, because he's like, he would have been a nightmare with being in the same class at me in school, innit? He's speaking, and I always give him like anytime it's like contact me, we start laughing. I don't know what it is.
You're talking and it makes us laugh.
Someone referred to Ugarte as being something that rhymes with bank.
Right, okay.
Yeah, with a W.
I think he could have worked it out. But Ugarte did come up for a lot of criticism. Obviously, got dropped towards the end of the season. Yeah. I mean, where do you think his position is going into the season?
When we signed him, I wasn't thinking, this is the guy. This is the answer. I feel like it's another squad building signing. I like him. I think there'll be games maybe away from home and stuff where he should come in and he'll play a big part. But I don't see him necessarily starting in our strongest side.
He's a situational player.
Absolutely.
I think there are certain games that will suit him where you need some legs and you need someone that's just going to run around and be a bit of a destroyer in the midfield. But when he's tasked with doing much further than that, I think he becomes quite limited. Yeah. Like you said, he's not really starting material necessary for United going forward.
I agree.
Here's one for you, Finn. Would you ever consider playing Heaven in one of the pivot spots? Would add height, power and technical ability. Played this 6 at Arsenal. That's a super chat from Will Boyd. Thank you very much.
I'd have to see it first. I mean, games like this are where you can experiment with things like that, but it's been 4 years now, 2 or 3 years now since he's played as a midfielder in the academy for Arsenal. Obviously he developed as a midfielder, but I was reading actually recently it was Per Mertesacker that switched him into a defender and kind of made that suggestion.
There was an argument with his mum about that, though, wasn't there?
Yeah, his mum pushed back and said, no, he's not a defender, he should be playing higher up. And she said that once he saw him playing there, she thought, oh, actually, maybe that's right. And that's the thing, once he's moved back to being a centre-back, he hasn't really looked back because it really plays to his strengths. He's got the frame for it physically. But it is interesting because he does have the ball-carrying ability. You can see that he's got the composure under pressure. So it could be an interesting experiment to see if he could play in one of those pivot positions. But I think there are certainly currently better options in the squad that are more reliable, and we've seen them play there. So it's not one that I'd try just yet.
Okay, Danny Shields, member for 54 months, said Delo had defensive frailties when he arrived, went to Italy and honed that. I think he's demonstrated the flexibility to learn new systems and positions. You with that?
Yes, I'm with that. I'm with any Delo prop.
Could you see him in a back three then?
Yeah, I know there's been discussion whether he could be a right centre-back option. I do believe so. I think he's tailor-made for it apart from concentration, because he's still in a position where he's
defending and stuff.
I've got 15 minutes before kick-off. The name, obviously, is Mbeumo. Why is he not playing? Are you surprised at all, Tom? I mean, we have left it late.
I thought he would be. I mean, I don't know how these things work. Obviously, he's been training, hasn't he? You'd think maybe.
I think he came back a little bit late because Brentford, when all the the transfer rumours were going on, I think Brentford said stay on holiday a little bit longer. So I don't think he's had quite as long as the rest of the squad.
I guess it's all data, isn't it? That's what we're looking at,
Is it going to hamper us going into the season, though? I mean, I think this was the frustration with a lot of United fans that it took, 44 days from the first bid to get him over the line.
I think at least he's getting this tour. I think there's going to be, if there's more business to be done, they'll be the ones that you worry about if they've not had a full pre-season. People coming in, on the eve of the season.
Yeah.
But I think he should be okay.
And I think the fact that he's played Premier League football, it's not like he's trying to adjust to the pace of a new league. Whereas we buy someone late in the window from another league, then it could be an issue.
And he'll be working with his own people. He'll have known this was coming.
It's not like he won't have been working.
Exactly. Yeah.
Goncalo Alves, do you think Mainoo and Bruno can switch during the game, Ronnie?
Possibly, but I think Amram's come out in the media and talks about Mainoo's ability to play deeper, so you might want to home him in that sort of way. I think sometimes in the age that someone like Kobe Mainoo is, I don't think you want too much messing about with where they're playing. I know sometimes you want to experiment, but I think comes to a point with a talent such as him, you want to like give him development in like a specific position and area rather than messing about with him playing. I think he can play where it's needed, because I wanted him to play more than he has.
Yeah.
I think large parts of the fan base are fans of him. And I feel like we always clamour to one of our own, especially a talent like him, and he's still young. Because everyone talked about how young Garnacho was and whatever, but he's like a year younger than Garnacho, isn't he? Or is he? I'm pretty sure. Do you know what I mean? So, is he only just turned 20, I believe? Or is he not 20?
In April.
Yes, he's just turned 20 years old. I still feel like sky's the limit. We're talking about a player that 18 months ago, or probably when was the Euros, when he was starting game in, game out for his national team, do you know what I mean? On the way to a final. So it's up to United to home the talent in the right way, do you know what I mean? And I think that's something we've not been the best at, because there's a hope. We've had discussions on this channel for a couple of years now. I think in the last 10 years, how many players have come to Manchester United and improved?
Yeah.
And the fact that you can barely think of any is scary.
I think it's his, it's his profile though, isn't it? And that's when you say about the tinkering and moving around too much, he's shown bits in multiple areas of the pitch, and you're almost like, you say, oh, do you know what, he could do a job there.
Yeah.
And,
it's almost
you need to stay in one place for a while.
Sometimes it's better to be a specialist in one position than be able to have a master.
I think this was the conundrum with Pogba a little bit, because when you've got a footballer with such natural kind of raw ability, it becomes difficult to nail down a position that's best, especially when you don't have a great team around them, because there are so many gaps to fill and so many positions where you feel like this player could probably do a better job than ABC. It becomes a case of you do have to make a decision at some point, like Ronnie said, with a talent as big as Kobe. There comes a point where you've got to say, right, this is where we're going to put you, this is where we're going to focus your development on, and I think most people would agree that is in the midfield, not necessarily one of the number 10 positions, even though he's shown that he can do it.
It's that ability to play in the small spaces, though. The moments in games where he does things that I feel like other players probably can't do, and he's cold as well, and it's just, you see these glimpses and you think that's why maybe that could work, but on balance he's probably not going to get the games playing in that position, so it probably makes sense for him to be.
Yeah, and there was an interesting interview with Amarin this week, and he was saying that like, because we haven't got any European football, which could be a blessing, there's going to be limited game time for all the players, where recently we won't be able to sort of rotate the squad, so everybody is going to be fighting for positions this week. Is that a difficult task for Amarin, do you think, to balance the sort of morale?
It always is. I think that's like one of the more understated parts of management, innit? It's just keeping team spirit, culture, making sure that all the players are like pulling in the same direction. I think that's like a huge part of it, and that's been something that's rarely happened at Manchester United, especially because things are so vocal about what happens behind closed doors. And I feel like it's hard. I think it's always easier to do things like to have an environment like that when a team's doing well, though. I think because United have been so long underperforming, with the amount of scrutiny that goes along with playing for a football club anyway, I feel like the change room's never been in that good of a space. I know sometimes you come out, I've heard stories come out where when United haven't been playing bad externally, everyone talks about how the team really gets on with each other and it's still alright, but at the same time it's always going to be easier if you're winning games and enjoying.
Yeah.
Losing games and hearing the outside noise and stuff like that, it's never going to be good. Even now, like the whole concern is, obviously players can have short-term memories, and it's like they always feel like the next game they have an opportunity to put something right, or they have the opportunity to go again. They'll probably come into the season thinking the same way. I feel like it would be natural for him to have a little bit of pressure alongside Amorim, knowing that because of last season how unacceptable it was, all eyeballs are on us now. Yeah. Like,
I think there's been this feeling of things being temporary though. So often, with managers, so some of the staff higher up, it changes so frequently, and obviously getting rid of Ten Hag and bringing in their guy. I think a lot of the messaging over the past, since he's come in, is they've tried to really, make it seem as though, okay, this is happening now. We're backing him not just in the transfer market, but in the things he wants to do, the personnel he wants to get rid of. If it's Marcus Rashford, so be it. Hopefully that has an impact, because I feel like at times there's been this sense that players can, like, if they're out of favour, they can just, well, it's all right, he'll be gone in 12 months' time, and I'll go on loan, I'll come back, and
dig the heels in. And
I think that's so important for a manager to have that kind of backing, like you say, not just in the market but also in their decision making. I think Jose Mourinho was talking to the media a couple of days ago, and he said something promising that he's seeing at United is that Amorim does seem to have the backing that maybe previous managers in recent years haven't had, and that puts him in a strong position, and suddenly that the players have more responsibility to kind of pull together themselves, and I think
they've got no choice.
Yeah, exactly. I think naturally it will build a more kind of competitive, positive environment in the locker room, and I think it can only be a good thing.
Talking about new strikers, Danny Shields says, unpopular opinion, Watkins is a plaster. Hojlund can lead the line with Cunha and Mbumo and grow. He's still only 22 with Cheeto developing behind him. Where do you stand on Hojlund?
I'm not a fan, but and also the issue is it's not outside the realms of possibility that Hojlund at 26, 27, once he's moved on, finds himself and becomes like a really decent top flight European striker, where he's probably banging in 15 to 20 goals a season at least for a club. That's not outside the realms of possibility. We've seen it before. People have different peaks or find themselves later. For example, you wouldn't think when Ademola Lookman was at Fulham and Everton and he just looked like this bright young talent. But for me, I know Ademola Lookman was one of the most highly rated, probably a little bit before
in academy football.
In academy football, he was extremely highly rated as a player and seen as like someone that was going to be what he is now.
Was it Sessegnon as well?
Right, like he was seen to be what they expected him to be, what he was now, but he didn't, and he found himself 27, 28, and is now one of Europe's best wingers, or like for the past 18 months. That can happen. Who knows? That could happen for Hojlund because he's got the tools that are there. But it's just about United, unfortunately, don't have that time. So people will say if we sell him in a couple of years, he ends up being good or ends up being decent. People are like, oh, we shouldn't have sold him, this and that. But I think United have had the thing of trying to wait too long. And unfortunately, United are in a space where they can't like wait on players.
It was the wrong player at the wrong time. I think it's another example of bad squad building, and it's we were talking all summer that they spent a lot of money on him, but we wanted another striker as well, didn't we? Because everyone the feeling was that he can't be the only one that comes in. Excuse me, and he was, and I think he's just not handled that pressure at all, and it's probably hampered his development a bit.
Yeah, definitely, and I think what Ronnie was saying there about the players that do become kind of late bloomers, I think the trend is that those players find themselves and grow into the player that they could have been earlier at smaller clubs where there's not as much pressure on them, especially not at a club like United. I think apart from the really special talents that just hit the ground running and they are instantly at the top, I think it's really, really difficult for a player like Hojlund in his situation to claw his way back. Again, especially with a player like Cheeto Obi on his tail, who's seemingly the kind of a similar level, if not better, already at 17. I think the best thing for all parties is for him to move on and find himself, in a different environment. So.
He's nowhere near the finished article, and at the same time, his confidence has taken a hammering.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's very, as you say, very hard to dig himself out of this.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I don't think there's much room back for him. Steve, what's your controversial United opinions? Mine is if we got Rice instead of Ronaldo, Ollie would still be manager and we'd have won a title by now. Does anyone agree with that? Because the kickoff's going to happen. Does anyone agree with that?
Revisionism.
No?
Not a fan.
You?
No, not at all. Thank you.
It's all right that
we played entertaining football and it was all right, but I feel like there's been a lot of revisionism but I think a lot of it is because of the treatment that Ollie got, where I think Ollie got a lot less leeway than some of the managers after him have got. I think that's what gives the Ollie lovers a bit of a more of a bugbear. I think there's been like more leniency the more managers we've gone along. Do you know what I mean?
The squad's getting worse.
Because they think, and also the people think, could it be the manager's fault? And I think that's what irritates Ollie lovers more, especially because even though we were like bad, the football was quite. It was a bit
when we didn't have the ball, yeah.
But it wasn't. But there were a lot of people then that were tactical as well. Back then were saying that even though there wasn't that much, the ceiling of Ollie's game model, wasn't actually that high. But there's a lot of people that look back now and think,
there were definitely games under Ollie. I know the goals, when you look back on them, it looks like we were playing really entertaining football, and it was very transition heavy. And probably more suited to what the Premier League is now in terms of that, intense transitional football. But there were huge gaps, and the build-up wasn't good.
They were just exciting last-minute goals, weren't they? Yeah.
There were great moments, but it wasn't great football.
Yeah. It made for a good highlight reel, but over 90 minutes it left went. And right, we're about to kick off, so let's get your score predictions in the chat. Tom.
What? Bloody hell.
It's not that important. Go on.
4-1.
4-2.
West Ham. No, United.
Finn.
3-0.
3-0.
I think we win today.
Yep.
I'm going 2-1 United.
2-1, and I'll go for 3-1 United.
Because I feel like West Ham weren't great last year, same gaffer, and I feel like they haven't really. Have they signed anyone? I feel like they've barely added it. They've lost Kudus and barely sparked the team.
Yeah.
Are we liking the lilac kit?
I really like this kit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say lilac's actually one of my favourite colours. So
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm a big purple fan. So.
Purple's my favourite colour.
Do you like Prince?
Like a deeper purple.
Do you know who Prince is?
I do. Yeah. I haven't dug into the discography.
A lot of people have been checking if you're allowed out this late, actually, Finn.
Yeah. No, I had to get it.
Have you had the
signed.
permission?
Yeah. Permission slips.
That's good.
Yeah.
We don't get in trouble with HR, do we? Even though they're in the States. Are you still doing your olive oil diet?
Yeah, big time.
All
my meals.
Does anyone know who this guy is? Is it a rap or
olive oil diet? What's this?
Wait.
I just pour olive oil on everything. It's good for your health.
Yeah,
Harvey.
Olive oil.
Yeah. Who's this?
And the only issue with it is calories, but if you're not worried about calories...
Is that a Giants player?
Absolutely,
Yeah,
just
if you
go
don't
for
go
it.
crazy with
I can't
it, then
recognise him.
Yeah.
Well, I don't need to worry about it, so...
Because it's at MetLife, innit, Harvey? I don't know if I think that's
good for you.
I don't love olives.
Is it really bad? I can't recognise who it is.
Yeah, I don't love olives. Love olive oil.
I love olives. I love everything. Yeah. Mediterranean.
So they're in New Jersey, is it? Tyrone Tracy.
Tyrone Tracy. Okay.
Who's that?
That's actually mad because I'm a Giants fan, so it's one of them, and I didn't recognise him.
Have you always been into it?
And he was actually starting running back last year. That's actually quite mad. Sorry.
You like your American
Harvey's even even bigger fan than me, and he didn't recognise him until
No, he did. To be fair.
he did. Yeah, he did.
Does anyone see a scenario where Xerxes becomes a bit of a key player?
I liked it. I was gutted when he got injured.
I've taken issue with some of the discourse this summer because I feel like his limitations aren't just going to disappear.
No.
The intensity of his game just
I know.
isn't there, and I find it hard to see him making that gap. Yeah, he's lovely on the eye, and I think there's probably a role for him in the squad, but I don't think he can lead the line for United.
Right, we've kicked off.
So put that down.
Excuse my language.
I don't see where he can go.
Can you not play a false nine with
I
Mbeumo and
wondered if
Kuno?
there were so many goals coming from either side and behind.
Yeah.
Is there? I mean, as I say, just wondered
It's mad that
myself.
we'd even mention West Ham's lineup.
I don't worry about it.
Do we have to do that?
No.
See, they don't even have a striker still. Obviously,
You were saying this is a
And
problematic
Mbeumo.
pitch. It doesn't look great, does it?
Wait, is he on
It
side?
looks a bit rough.
It doesn't look good.
Yeah,
at
it's
all.
a
look,
bit of a
it-
weird pitch.
Someone's going to get it. We're in.
That's the thing. I think more important
Go
than
on.
anything is whoa.
Fucking no.
Oh my God.
Jesus. That was some pace.
It's not going anywhere.
I'd keep Hojlund. Always said it.
That was fucking lethal.
What?
Oh, what goal that would have been.
The strike as well.
Yeah.
Because the pass isn't perfect. It's
quite bad.
Running in
It's
mud,
good,
but
but-
showed the burners, and then that's a strike.
When he scored that goal against Galatasaray, I thought, here we are.
Pre-season Hojlund, yeah. I remember last pre-season he absolutely burnt away from someone in.
It's Arsenal.
It was Aiden-
Sleep.
you
It
know,
was
it was
Aiden Heaven. Aiden
wasn't
Heaven,
it?
yeah.
Yeah. And that's why when we were linked to Aiden Heaven, loads of people are saying, "Oh no, he's not United level. Look what Hojlund did to him."
But to be 70, he was 17 starting
Yeah.
pre-season games for Arsenal, so he obviously must have been rated, and it was like it's a strong team as we know.
Definitely.
Wasn't he? Because I feel like at Arsenal, especially when a team's that caliber, you got to be a good player to get into the first team, especially at 17. It's not like
Yeah.
he was like 19.
Well, the scary thing is they had two 15-year-olds on the pitch against AC Milan a few days ago. You see Max Dowman?
Yeah, Max Dowman. He just come on and look good. That scary being that good at that. Because it's not like he's only been 15 for like 4 months, innit? Or something
Yeah.
like that. Or 5 months, 6 months.
Yeah.
It's not like he's
It's
nearly
mental.
16.
They look good.
He's going to be
the
60.
best player
He's going to be
on the pitch,
15 for like the first half of the season, isn't he?
Yeah.
But I think they're saying he's going to be. He's not going on. He's going to be. He can't go on anyway. But he's going to be involved. He's going to be in
a
and
first
around
team
face.
now. He's better than Odegaard right now. I truly believe that.
Yeah.
I don't think Odegaard's better than Nwaneri or almost any of their number 10 options.
One year is
So I
quality.
think he's going to get.
One year is quality. I'd hate the fact that Arsenal got such good youngsters
Yeah.
because I know people think
Touch.
Lewis Skelly's like a dick and that, but
He's not though. He's like the nicest kid in football.
who?
Lewis Skelly.
Yeah, it's good that.
Yeah.
Off the pitch, he's like a really nice kid.
Did we see the
I've never
touch there from Dog?
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah.
And even that as well. That touch as well
yeah.
was nice. He's got.
Send him off.
He can go on, can't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he's raw. But I thought he started. You know, if it's coming in January.
Yeah, he was one of the better players for the whole season.
Right,
Yeah.
I'm not sure about his
Ball
trim
bless
though.
you, man.
You know what's
Don't
mad?
rate it.
Areola's trim looks like. I don't want to say it. It's like you put like the wrong. Do you know what I mean? Like on PES though, not FIFA.
What, the wrong hairstyle? on?
Yeah.
It's penalty.
Penalty,
There
ref.
we go. Boom.
Penalty.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
got
he's
to
had a
pulled him down
nightmare.
there.
Penalty. But I'm more
I see
bothered
who's
about
on
whether.
pants.
That's a
Exactly.
shocker.
I'm more bothered about whether he's injured him.
Yeah, is he
Oh,
okay?
no.
Oh God.
Who is it?
I think he's alright.
Oh, I was hoping he went down to sell the penalty.
Yeah. Couldn't really see what went on.
They pumped into
What
each
did he
other.
do? Like,
Oh no, he's
Nah,
fine.
he's-
He's got to be
Should
fine.
be fine.
Unless he's landed on his heel or something.
He's rolling.
No, he's fine.
He should be fine.
I
Hopefully.
think he's all right. Oh,
I sprained my
Well,
ankle
that-
a couple
might
of years
have-
ago.
What's wrong with his trim though?
That's interesting.
where's he from?
He's French, isn't he?
He's French.
Yeah.
Right, 5 minutes. Bruno. Penalty to Bruno, people. Areola's clattered into Aiden Heaven. I think Aiden Heaven's okay. Thought it was hurt for a
It was a
second.
bit unfortunate to catch it and then
Yeah.
just land on the defender.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a howler, but just a bit messy.
He was. Bruno doesn't
Come on,
miss
Bruno.
pens.
No.
Let's see.
Can already.
Oh,
That's one.
There we go.
It's celebration, but 1-0. Bruno penalty slotted away. We are winning the Premier League Summer Series. Do we get a trophy for this one?
Just minus the summer series.
Okay. You know it's mad. Like that's the thing with pre-season goals. You hate because you feel like you can't get like jubilant with the celebration.
Yeah.
Look, we've scored a goal and the players have acted like.
You can only do it
like
if it's
some,
a-
no,
Yeah.
there's no celebration.
No.
Yeah.
Amram didn't move.
And we're feeding
You
off
know what's
their
funny because
energy.
you're on WatchAlong now as well, and people will say there'll be one or two people like will say, "Where was the limbs?" For the
Yeah.
goal?" You know what I mean? Unless pre-season,
Pre-season.
if you turn up for pre-season,
Yeah.
you're not getting limbs for
Unless
Unless
it's, got to
it's
be
like-
like a
unless-
worldie.
unless it's like a
Yeah.
worldie or like last minute.
Can you imagine the ridicule you get from the other lot though? Like rival fans saying, "Look at this lot celebrating a penalty against West Ham in New York."
Oh, we should have gone for it, shouldn't we?
Yeah, your description
We
is
should have
terrible,
been-
lads. I'm relying on you for information.
Yeah, I was gonna say there'll be some. The thing is, we need to be more descriptive of what's going on because there'll be a lot of people that don't have the Man United TV access,
yeah,
so
yeah.
they're basically here trying to experience the game from us. That's another thing
We
with the
talked through the goal
pre-season.
properly
We're
then.
radio commentators.
Are you sure talking about his hair then? Oh, is that why you were
Areola's
doing it?
there
Was
is
that
different.
where you were giving them a detailed description of the hair?
That's what they want.
Is that what I've got to give the
Yeah.
people what they want?
Yeah.
So we flip there. You get people in the chat saying, show me as well.
It's
What,
on
show the
Sky
TV?
Sports apparently.
Is it on Sky Sports?
Like what everybody else is saying.
Oh, it's fine then. They should be able to watch then. It's a bit weird though, because don't they match our system as well?
West Ham.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're a 5 at the back, I think. I think they're even more kind of defensively set up than us. It's always funny watching Todibo and knowing how close we were to signing him as well.
He's
But I don't
he
think we
would've been
missed out massively.
Would have been well suited to the system. Innit?
Yeah, true.
So, I can't get
Also,
over how
this pitch.
pitch, yeah.
Yeah,
It looks
it's scary.
horrendous.
Sticky, innit? Right, them ones. Yeah.
I'm right to say they wear thicker studs, don't they, in NFL?
Really?
No, I'm only asking
Ronnie
now that
would
I'm
know, I
running.
The cleats. I think it depends though, because it's like Astro-ish type of turf, isn't it?
Not real grass.
That I think is that. Do you reckon, Ivy, that's the reason why there's so many, like, other than the start, there's so many like injuries in terms of like knees and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that the turf helps. There's not many pitches where they actually play on grass.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
But also with the stopping, I don't think it's a good sport for grass as well though. At the
Yeah.
same time. But it's grass when they play on Wembley at Wembley though, is it, or is it? Yeah.
Well, I think because they have a lot of kind of people in the same place.
Robert Tater says it's grass over turf, so it's shit.
Oh, so it's like a.
Is that where they weave it in?
I think it's just a sport that anyway where it asks a lot of like muscles and joints. 'Cause it's so start and turny, and it's just all explosive movements and that. But with the things that they play on, like pitches like this, that's why they're worried about it because the America World Cup next year. All the pitches we've seen so far, you've seen it in the Club World Cup. They're not great pitches. You can see the way the ball moves on the pitch and that. It's not.
Yeah.
Like all the players are talking about the way it bounces. Like the World Cup next year, there's going to be so much talk about it, but they're going to be playing on really bad pitches. Do you know what I
It
mean?
moves in a way that even at the level I play at, I'd be like, this isn't great, is it?
Yeah.
You've gone over
Just
to
look at
Gold
it.
I actually want to try and see if I can go. You know, are you hoping you can, or you feel like it's not viable?
What, next year?
Yeah.
I doubt it, to be
Yeah.
honest. It's a long old trek, isn't it?
Yeah.
And for any of the games, getting a hotel or anything,
Probably,
it's gonna be,
probably asking Finn like you because you're like a student still, isn't it?
yeah,
Studying.
difficult.
For me, it's a bit like, can I just add up my way there, some sort of like something work related,
Yeah,
and get lucky.
that's what I've been looking at.
That's what I went. That's what I put when I went Qatar. So I'm trying to see if I can do this one as well. It's been mostly West Ham possession, to be fair. But
Yeah. I said before the game, I think the build-up should look better today with Aiden Heaven and Lenny Euro playing in the wide centre-back roles, because there's so much emphasis on progression through wide centre-backs rather than the midfielders like you'd expect in like a normal shape.
been a lot of talk about our build-up and how issue it is. That's why I think today I don't expect the game to be that pretty, but I feel like we'll get. It's because they basically play the same way.
Yeah, yeah.
Who's the 11?
They're 11.
Yeah. But then
Guido Rodriguez.
Yeah, but do you think the second game can be a bit weird though? Because the second half, because it's basically like usually like a whole new team in the second half.
Yeah. Didn't Ruben say he's gonna keep the 11 for longer today?
I did
I think he said there's going to be a little bit less rotation.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Yeah, I think some, especially latter pre-season games, you end up seeing like 65, 70 minutes of like the best team. You start seeing less. But sometimes some managers like to have the squads, both teams mixed though, so like a mixture of first team starters rather than it being like reserves almost.
Ooh.
been to MetLife though. I think.
Have you?
Yeah, they were 2 years ago. The tour. It's a great stadium though.
It looks pretty amazing.
I always found it funny. I was being a giant. Like the first time I went to MetLife was to watch United play. It was United versus Arsenal.
Yeah.
Rather than actually watch the NFL.
That's the Lenny Yoro injury, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Some people are complaining about United's inability to keep hold of the ball.
It has been
Yeah,
bit
we do look
shocking.
a bit. Yeah.
That's a dive.
That's a
I
dive.
say that just as to give it away.
Such a bad dive that.
That was one of the criticisms from the Leeds game, is our lack of ability to play out, and again that was something that happened last season. It's something we need to build on. Are you worried about that, Finn?
Yeah, it's a little bit concerning because we do seem to really, really struggle, and it feels like the players aren't really being platformed as well as they could be to build out of the back and find the passing options and the right angles. The big talking point is about what we're doing with the central centre back, the one in the middle, because he's being asked to push a little bit into the midfield, and the big criticism is that it basically removes a player from your build-up, because you're always going to have the opposition striker or whoever else there marking you, and it's just not really. It doesn't seem to make a lot of sense, and so yeah, there's definitely some concerns around the build-up, but equally, I'd say part of build-up in football is about the player quality. So you've got to have the right players, and I think when everyone's available and fit, hopefully it'll look a little bit better. But yeah, we'll see.
With the amount of time is now added,
breaking
Acuna.
This is the opportunities you get, like this. Where
Here we go.
Where it's
It's a bad pass.
This is the opportunities you get though, where it's
He's
kind of
recovered
like
all right.
if you go long, it's man to man.
Yeah.
Some nice.
Let's keep it now. Bit wasteful from Bruno there.
There's this hope that it'll click.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
After the season we've had, and
yeah,
it'll just click, but it's probably not realistic to,
Yeah.
and time is going to
a bit more.
Yeah, time's going to be against him though, isn't it? I mean, from the off. Do you think he has his sort of favourite 11 now after the amount of time that he's?
I don't think so. I think
he's still tinkering.
Well, not so much tinkering. I think he's got.
There's plays where he'll want to replace.
Idea, won't he? But
Yeah.
I think. For a while, I don't think we've had enough like genuine competition for places. You know. I mean, there were times it was. I'm thinking it's with Ollie. He used to have his 11, didn't he? And
there was.
Then no one. And they wouldn't.
Like 12 or 13 games where it was like the same 11.
And they just
would every time.
No one else would get involved, and then it'd be like almost full sale changes for any cup game, and there was no cohesion when we played them cup games. And none of them players, I think, had a realistic thought that they were going to break into the team. And I think that's a terrible way of having it. It needs to be this, like at City sometimes, where someone's playing a blind and then they'll come out the team almost for a month, and someone else comes in, and that's what it needs to be.
Yeah,
but
you only get that with competition for the places.
Yeah, but it requires that quality throughout the squad, doesn't it?
And I think there's a lot of players that we've had in the past that we've probably thought about as squad players, not because we thought they were squad players, because we were relying on them. Thought they weren't good enough, but maybe we kind of like them and think, well, you know what, they can do a job, but actually you need to move on. And squad players are players like Ugarte. That looked like.
Was that in the box? Oh, I thought that was in the box, but not even a foul.
I feel like he's looked out. I might be biased. I feel like Dorgu's looked right.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Oh, I mean, it's definitely a foul and it's outside the box.
It's not been given though.
We've seen Al Nassr, Joao Felix to Al Nassr. Close to agreement.
Is that sad?
The fee's not been mentioned, but I'm scared to wonder. I'm annoyed. I'm already annoyed at what the fee's going to end up being for like Chelsea.
90 million.
Can you imagine?
It's not going to be 90. Now, the thing is, Saudi teams, they spend money, but they're not. People act like they're just like.
They're just going to throw.
They're just daft. They don't just throw like mad. They're smart.
They have thrown money at some Chelsea players like Koulibaly and stuff.
I think there's a bit of a relationship there, isn't
there? I think so. I think Chelsea have done well out of Saudi.
Ooh.
Rasmus?
What are you doing?
Oh, why didn't you just
go on?
Hit it? Oh,
you're not doing yourself
the
any
pitch.
favour. Yeah.
First couple bits, not the worst.
Yeah, he's not looked awful this game so far, but
honestly, genuinely, I feel like just the way he was moving there, the way the ball's moving over the pitch, he couldn't get out of his feet. It's not for want of trying. It's just
But
It's like thick turf.
I think that's another example of his confidence there, because he
Yeah.
opened his body
should've
up.
shot.
He had a shooting
Should've shot.
opportunity.
Place it sideways.
Yeah, and he opted for the pass, which was badly
I
executed.
see this coming.
And then when he came back to him the second time, I thought he should have played the pass rather than
Yeah,
shoot.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what poor confidence does to you, I guess.
Oh yeah, I forgot he signed.
Yeah,
this
he's an
truth,
interesting signing.
Oh yeah, that is the one signing he made.
Yeah.
yeah.
I didn't notice him in the 11 before, but I haven't watched much of him, but quite highly rated. I
Did you
think.
watch him England versus Senegal?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was phenomenal that game. And then,
Yeah.
but people have been talking about him for a while. I think Liverpool tried to inquire about signing him in January.
Yeah, there's definitely been
Yeah.
Premier League interest.
Good ball.
Was it him and
What
Lamine
is
Oh,
Kamara?
come on.
Was it Lamine Kamara?
Yes,
Senegal?
him as well, he's
Yeah,
playing
they
as well.
ran the midfield. There's so much midfield talent in a lot of these African countries as
What a
well.
pass.
Ooh, who was that from?
So Euro, or
Euro's got that.
He's
He's
unlocked
getting
that
that
switch
diag.
this-
He's
this
unlocked the
preseason.
switch in it.
something I want to see from Mainoo as well more. Saw it once last game. He's that kind of expansive
Yeah,
passing
strong.
range. It's probably mostly about confidence again, you know, having the belief to attempt those long passes when the success rate isn't necessarily going to be perfect. It's well played
Nice.
from Ugarte. Where's the support there?
Oh, that's good.
Well played.
Well, that was,
Left-footed effort from Cunha.
yeah.
It's not a bad effort.
That was
Cunha,
good.
Cunha from 25 yards.
Just the ball striking
Let him
off
have
his
a
weak
few,
foot there is
yeah.
like
Turn up. But it was
pretty
another. It was
impressive.
another tackle
He's
and
got
recovery
his
from
crazy
Ugarte.
highlight reel,
Yeah, yeah.
Cunha, hasn't he, last season. Some of the goals he scores.
yeah. I feel like he only scores bangers.
Yeah.
For a pre-season game though, the tempo's not been horrendous.
Yeah,
It's been
yeah.
okay. It's had a decent speed to it. Wait, I felt meant to ask. I think that's what's kind of tripped me out a bit.
The
Can
volume.
we have a bit of volume? Like,
It will come off through the TV.
huh?
It'll only come off through the TV, so you might hear it on the mic.
Don't you wait? Have you been? What, do we always have the volume on? It's just like a little bit.
It'll be coming out of this laptop. Usually.
Oh, is it?
Oh, not the TV.
Not TV. I can't, for some reason, it's different laptops, so it can't turn.
Oh, okay, no worries.
It's tripping us out as well, don't worry.
Yeah, because I thought I was wondering where it was. And I was like, I think
Yeah,
it's just the
what's
camera
something
being mad
missing?
silent.
Offside.
But it's yeah. Because usually it's on a bit. I don't think it gets picked up through the mics though. I think we've at least what we have done is that we've kind of got a bit more control.
Yeah.
The last 5 minutes or so.
Also, I think it goes under the radar a little bit how few chances we concede, and we seem not to concede a lot of, you know, fast break attacks, and we recover, you know, really quickly in transitions. Which it goes under the radar because you can't notice something that's not there.
Yeah.
But you know, under Ten Hag and maybe in the earlier matches under Amarim, we were so vulnerable in that area. So, and it helps when you've got pace in your back line, some of the younger
Yeah.
players.
Oh,
How's
well
he
played.
come
got
away
out of
with
that?
that? That's ridiculous.
Kobe Mainoo. Oh,
Yeah.
falls a little
yeah.
bit long, but
It was a tricky pass, that.
Is that from the TV?
That's the
Yeah, that's. See how it is now. That's like it makes more sense. Even a bit more louder if you can. It doesn't. I don't think the mic picks it up.
No, I can't hear it.
It was that, innit?
Yeah.
I don't think we've ever watched it in silence. So. It's only. It's not like massively loud like how you'd watch it at home, but it's always got like a bit of all.
Did you put the crowd noises on during COVID?
Oh right,
Or
yeah.
did you
yeah.
wa- or did you watch it without?
No, I can't. I think I tried both.
yeah, it's a
We're
pretty good
pressing well, aren't we?
Yeah,
'Cause
it's pressing a lot
they're
better.
struggling to get out.
Yes.
Dorgu on the left. Nice.
Ooh. They do look a lot sharper in this game than they did against Leeds. And that's been,
It was mad. I didn't really watch much of Leeds. I just watched it back, and it just looked average. I don't think it was horrendous.
Defending in a 4-2-2. 4-4-2.
But I think this game, this West Ham should suit us more, man.
Yeah.
Because it's like man to man. Well, I think we've had a good 10 minutes. The first 10 minutes, I feel like they had a lot of the ball, even though we scored. I think we've controlled it last 10.
He's off.
Yeah, a lot of praise for Dorgu. Think he's nailed down that left-hand position?
Yeah, definitely.
We better
physically as well. Just
Yeah.
something we've been missing, having players like that. He don't get beat much, does he? When he in a
No.
one-on-one.
It's 40 million. Chelsea
Really?
getting for
Felix?
João Felix.
I
How
think that's about right, I guess.
How long's on his contract though?
12 years.
So, and obviously they're about to sign
Yeah.
Xavi Simons, I think, in replacement. That's
He's
advanced.
had a funny old
He
career,
just
hasn't he,
knows
João
so-
Felix?
Yeah.
I know he's good, but I've barely watched much of Xavi Simons last, other than like outside of Holland and a few Champions League games,
I think the underrated thing with him is his athleticism. He's actually very physical, and he's obviously not got a large frame, but I think he's a player that would be able to hack it in the Prem compared to maybe a couple of others that are a little bit lightweight. What is this? A drinks break?
Is it?
Yeah,
Half time through half time.
Chin chin.
How warm is it though? Does anyone know? In
this?
New York, because I don't think it. This time, do you know what I mean?
What time is it?
We get some.
Water breaks and that.
26 degrees in New Jersey.
Okay, now come out with. I was almost gonna come out with the Sean Dyche line, but I'm not sure why that one there on camera. Can you see it? Really?
Yeah.
It's
Right, while they're having a water break, has anyone got any bold predictions for the season? Put you on the spot. I think at least one United player will get over 20 league goals this year.
Really?
Yeah.
And is that a specific player or?
No, I'm not going to do that, idiot. One of them.
You've got a player in mind.
Who was the last? Rashford.
Yeah.
1920.
Yeah.
I mean, it should be happening every season.
He should do. I think I have one of Kuno and Boumon.
Yeah.
You think, yeah.
I think Mbumo.
Yeah.
The thing is, you have to think about the penalties that Mbumo scored.
Yeah.
Whether he can kind of make up for that.
He won't be getting them.
Yeah. But I don't think.
I do look at them and think I feel like he could.
Yeah.
I see
He's
him
got.
as someone who could make a step at United.
Yeah.
To another level.
And he's one of those kind of pure efficiency players where he's not going to dawdle on the ball. He's going to take his chances in the right moments. And he is one of those players that one of his huge strengths is making that right decision every time. When to release the ball, when to shoot, and when to pass.
I think
he gets it right.
That's gone under the radar a little bit. The amount of times I think towards last season we're a pass away. We're one decision away from creating that chance, and that chance never comes. So it looks, it doesn't tell the full story. But there's so many opportunities where we break so well, and it's just I was baffled at times with the decision making and the intelligence at the top end of the pitch.
Yeah.
And that's so obviously what Ineos and the recruitment team are trying to address. Players like Cunha and Mbumo, and then pretty much all of the striker links are most of them are experienced Premier League proven players who you haven't got that naivety that you maybe get from the younger players in terms of decision making. So it's definitely the right strategy for the position that United are in, and what we need to address.
What do we think of Watkins then as an option? That's the one being talked about.
Yeah, very, very happy with him if that's the signing. Yeah, I don't have a problem with pretty much any of the strikers that we've been linked to.
Yeah.
I think it's
Jackson.
Happy with him, honestly.
Yeah.
I think he's become a bit of a joke and a bit like underrated at Chelsea, but he's got a lot of the the traits that you'd need. I know he wouldn't be the most popular signing, but I think in terms of the profile that we're after, he actually fits the bill in many ways. And people talk, I think, about his finishing and his goal return. He scored 30 goals in the last 2 seasons, which isn't nothing.
I think his finishing is a problem.
It's a little bit problematic, but it's also workable. I think you can't score 30 goals in 2 Premier League seasons and be a useless finisher. So
I'd like to think that the price would be right for Watkins.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be wanting to pay more than maybe 45 million for him. The good thing is if you look at his injury record, it's almost like a completely clean slate, and that bodes well for him having a good few years left, physically. So I think somewhere in that 40, maybe high end 50 million is about right for him.
I can't see Villa selling us both their keeper and their striker. Ronnie, if you were given either Martinez or Watkins.
Watkins,
Watkins,
because he's better player than Martinez.
I can deal with an Arna for a season.
Yeah, you think a striker's more pressing than
I
a
can look, because I feel like if you sort out these problems that we've actually got on the rest of the pitch, I think the pressure on the defence becomes a lot less. The pressure then on an Arna becomes a lot less. He's gonna make a few mistakes.
And Watkins definitely gets goals.
Yeah. I mean, again, I think he's another player that's become a bit underrated, but it was only the season before last that he was second top scorer to Hojlund, but he got how many in the Prem?
Who?
28.
28, who?
Watkins. Not 28.
I don't know
He
why
got
things have
16
changed
last
for
season.
him.
Yeah, and he was top assister that season as well. Like he's a bit of an output machine.
I think I've seen Watkins stats. Watkins has scored at least 14 Premier League goals in every season he's had in the Premier League for Villa.
Yeah, I think he's someone who, if the service is there, he's always going to score.
Yeah, he scored 16 last season in what was one of his iffy seasons apart for performance, and he was injured for quite a bit, which is weird for him. He's one of those Ironman availability.
Yeah.
But if you come through Brentford, aren't they?
Okay, no, I'm mad.
It'd be a little reunion for him and Mbeumo, yeah.
Because they were together in the Championship, weren't they?
Yeah. Couple seasons, I think.
30 minutes gone in the first half. Ronnie, thoughts so far? Happy?
Do you know what? I think it's been decent. I think we've been the better side for the majority. I think our play in the final third is not bad. I think that's just because we do have some of our better players up there. I think the build-up has been like, I think our best thing comes after like we've won the ball back high. I think the build-up's not perfect, but it's not been bad either.
It's been a nice passage of play here, playing out from the back.
Nice passage of play. I think I've seen some decent moments, for sure.
Nice.
Good ball into the box there.
Finn got a notification, we must have scored. Is that what it is?
No,
It was a
I don't
12.
think I've got any goal notifications on. Yeah. We'll see though. Bruno screamer.
I fucking hell,
Bruno
thought that was a
Fernandes.
nestle in there. Wow, what do you think though? 30 minutes. I know because it's always weird doing these, especially when we do them in that one. Wait till it gets later. It's just a different mode and a different pace. Do you know what I mean? Doing pre-season games, and it's the same when you're doing like when you're watching it and WatchAlong.
Yeah, it's understandable though, I think.
As if you rely on it. Where is it like? I wonder where most people are from that are watching though.
We had someone from Iran before, saying hello from Iran. Where are you from? Someone said before, hot take was that Xerxes is going to get more assists than Bruno.
Is it? Yeah, no.
I don't know about that.
No. Take set pieces as well. Who's is Xerxes on the bench or not? Because I know.
Was he?
No.
Because he
wasn't ready.
Because I remember people that were injured at the end of last season.
We've set them all off now. We've got Bermuda, Wrexham, Norway, Bulgaria, Glasgow.
What's the furthest one?
Bulgaria. Because
the furthest one now, Mankin, New Zealand's just come up from Joe Horseman.
People that like
Adelaide.
I don't think you can
people
best
like
that.
are like an hour ahead.
Where?
Like Because I'm thinking Bulgaria.
Bulgaria will be 2 hours, won't it? 1 or 2.
So he's late for him.
Yeah.
Seth Trollins is behind Asda waiting for Joe.
You got Asda in America.
Walmart and he's doing
Yeah.
You won't get booked.
Suchek's trying to fight.
The thing is, Euro would get booked for that in the season, but
Yeah.
I thought he'd get away with it because it's pre-season. Do you know what I mean?
They carry over, don't they, red cards?
Yeah.
Or is it just straight reds?
Did they really?
Is it? I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
you get, I think if you'll miss... I'm not sure how it works, but people have been sent off in pre-season and they miss Premier League games.
That's mental.
Yeah. I think it might be if it's like violent conduct, if it's a straight red.
Yeah, like reckless. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing Euro next season though.
Oh,
Like,
I
the
was getting
glimpses
excited
we got
towards-
last year was like
Some of those Europa League
Dogs
performances.
carrying the ball.
Yeah. Honestly, I think him and Heaven are almost nailed on for those
Yeah.
wide centre back roles, because I think they're just exactly what Amrim's looking for from those positions. They can carry aggressively, but they've got the recovery pace to make all the recoveries that they need to.
What do you think we see of Luke Shaw then? Assuming he's fit.
I think with Dorgu there, it's going to be hard, but you can never kind of rule out Shaw's quality.
Yeah.
But yeah, it needs to stay fit.
Where did that go straight out from Ward-Prowse?
I think he might hit his own
Took
man.
Lofted back, Suchek, who seems to always get his head on things. Good defensive header.
That came off.
That came off Heaven, but
Is it?
I think Bowen touched it just before it went out.
Give it a corner.
It looked like a corner, but I think it hit Heaven and then Bowen touched it.
Oh right, okay.
By the way, I know it's past midnight and the temperature seems to drop a bit. I don't know. Can we have the
Getting cold.
AC a bit off or lower? I know it's summer, but I feel like these times of night, man. In England, the temperature just plummets.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Is there anyone you think will surprise this year and nail down a key or semi-key role?
Again, I think it's Dorgu.
Yeah.
I think out of anyone, compared to the perception that he had from some people, towards the end of last season, because I think he had a difficult start. He was coming from Italy.
Yeah.
He's still 20, really young and didn't have much senior experience. And I think maybe some people were a little bit harsh to call him not ready yet. But I think, from everything I'm seeing in pre-season,
I don't even think that's that controversial. Yeah.
No,
but
yeah.
I think it's.
I think he's really going to kick on now.
Yeah, having a full season.
Yeah. In terms of the goalkeeper, the two we're linked with are Lamens and Emi Martinez. They're the names.
Or
that keep
player.
coming up.
Oh shit.
Would you be worried with a
Go on.
Go on.
Ooh. Corner, or would you be worried with a young goalkeeper like Lamens? Do you think?
Not
Like,
necessarily,
would you
because Anana's experienced, isn't he? And he's
experience, I guess. Yeah.
makes far too many mistakes.
Yo, Anana put us through hell at times
Oh,
that
he did.
season, man. I got.
Do you know what? It's that Forest game at Old Trafford that I think really just started to get to me.
Was it a long shot where he just basically let
Where
it
Gibbs
roll?
White, just know the one that just went right through him,
Oh yeah.
and then again
Just
from
off balance.
the Woods header, and he just between him and
Here we
Mark.
go.
That's it. Oh.
Oh, I thought that
Lenny
was
Oro's
Lenny
almost
Oro.
scored, whipped in cross from Bruno. Lenny Oro's gets his head on
Oh,
it. It
there.
just goes past the post. Was that Lenny Oro? Or was
Yeah,
it
I
Mainoo?
think- Oh, it might be Kobe.
snap.
How's that staying out?
Or
Was it Cunha?
I think it was Mainoo.
Nah, it was Cunha.
Was
Cunha.
Yoro's a little bit annoyed.
See, good eye. I think they still think it was Euro that headed that, but it was Cunha.
Oh,
Good stab. Ugarte. It's mad though. We don't even get to ease into the season as well. First game, Arsenal.
Arsenal, innit?
I'm happy with that. I like that.
Do you know what? It's gonna be sound. It's gonna. Everyone's focusing on Liverpool and like City bought a few people and that. I still think Arsenal.
favourites?
They're up there, aren't they?
When I
They're
do
gonna
my
be
Premier
there
League
again.
predictions at spoil, I think I'm still gonna put Arsenal as champions. I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Who's your top 4?
I think they were massively derailed last season by injuries,
And
and
Liverpool.
still finished second close enough. I think they've made good additions, man. I know they're not exceptional in Madueke and that and Zubimendi, but they're decent for a team that's already very good. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're quite settled.
Gyökeres, is that?
And Gyökeres.
All
Yeah,
done now,
done
yeah.
today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I think Arsenal would be my pick for title next season.
He won't necessarily play a lot this season, I don't think. But I was really jealous that they got Mosquera, because I think at the price that they did, it was something like 15 million euros plus add-ons for what I think is one of the best young centre backs out there at the moment. If they were to lose Saliba in the next couple of years, because there's always the Real Madrid rumours going about, he's the type of player that could slot right in. So I think that's really smart recruitment from them.
Saliba is cracked though. I'm not gonna lie to you.
he's
I watched
a
AC
joke.
Milan Arsenal the other day, and he was like,
Oh, well played.
Ugarte. Who's possessed
Oh my God, what a goal!
He's offside. He's offside.
Yeah.
He's offside.
Still,
What a goal, though.
that was a great
Was he
goal.
offside, though? I feel like he was moving so quick. There's no
We've got
replays.
VAR in the MetLife.
I don't think they do have it, do they?
That was a beautiful goal, though.
Oh, look at
No.
that.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think so. I
yeah.
just saw him there at the end, Wan-Bissaka, and I thought
Wan-Bissaka
maybe
was a loss.
it was level. It'd be a close replay if there was one. Nice finish it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you want.
Good to put the ball in the back of the net anyway. That's the thing. I think Ahmad is still going to find himself in that position a lot, even playing from wing back. I think one of the big concerns about him playing at wing back is that he's, going to be too deep in the pitch. But I don't think that's true at all. If anything, I think it gives him the kind of license and positional freedom to make those runs from wide areas and coming inside. So, yeah, I think that's promising to see. Yeah, impressive from Ugarte there.
Yeah, it was.
Might be the first nutmeg I've ever seen from him. So if Arsenal's first, who's your top 4? Based on signings made.
Oh, my top 4 is Arsenal first. I think Liverpool will be second, but I think it's a close second
Between
with
them and City, is it? Ooh.
with City, and then I think Chelsea fourth.
Where do you think we finish?
But I actually wouldn't be surprised if I feel like it'll be a tight top 4. Like I don't think Chelsea will be far off the second and
You
third
reckon?
either.
Do you not think that they'll get hampered by the cup competition
I
in the
predicted
summer?
top 8 for us. I thought 7th was my prediction in my head for United.
Fifth.
But maybe fifth if you're lucky. I just think we've got a bit to catch up on with the likes of Villa and Newcastle, because I think last season they were quite a bit better than us. So even if we do improve, it's like if we've closed the gap enough, which was interesting because I think we battered Villa on the final day.
Yeah.
We're miles better than him. It was good signs.
I think a lot of those teams around that area of the table have actually weakened though. Like Newcastle, Villa.
But I was hesitant to say. Thingy finished 17th last season, but I think they could be massive challengers for top 5.
Who's that?
Thomas Frank's Tottenham.
Yeah. True. Although the Gibbs White deal has just fallen through, hasn't it? He's agreed to sign a contract.
Yeah. And there's always one weird... The thing is, there's also...
Cut back from Wan-Bissaka.
Almost caught that.
Yeah.
And there's always one weird, explosion from a team now.
You don't
Yeah.
expect to. So,
Who's
yeah.
the-
Who's going to
the
be...
dark
Who do you reckon
horse?
it would be? I think... No, not Brighton. I think Brighton just not good
They're
enough
doing their thing now,
defensively.
aren't they?
Well, it was Forest last year, wasn't it?
I think Sunderland maybe.
No. No team come. No
Palace have,
these days, no team Premier League,
Yeah,
no
Palace,
Championship team
yeah.
comes up
Yeah,
and
but the,
finishes. They don't.
signings they've made. I'm not saying maybe they'll finish that high, but I think they'll break the curse that we've seen of the teams that have come up.
I
just
don't
going
finish.
straight down.
Yeah, maybe, but
I don't think they go straight down.
they're not finishing top half though. I don't.
No,
I think it's going to be a long time before we see a Championship team come up in today's Premier League and finish top half.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh,
Oh fucking hell.
I was going to say, I think Palace have Europa still, potentially.
what's
I thought
happening with
I
that?
thought that's dead in the
I
water now.
thought because they were going to appeal, but
They're going down to the conference now. Or?
but the fella in question is sold his stake.
Texter.
Yeah, the other day. A
Oh,
couple
right.
of days ago, it's confirmed that he sold his stake. So
Okay. See what happens there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did feel
Nah,
a little bit
Palace-
harsh, but
yeah, I mean, they're a team that could, they've not lost anyone, have they?
yeah.
Yet.
I'm surprised there hasn't been more talk about Mateta possibly
Mm.
even, because I think his deal's only until next summer. And he's the type of striker
Well, I
that a
thought-
lot of teams would want.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be one that we'd look at.
Yeah.
Just the, with the way it was being talked about, like a genuine possibility.
And I reckon Adam Wharton goes next summer. There'll be a lot of clubs in for him. I think him and Baleba will be the big kind of focus of next summer.
I need a piss.
West Ham have had a lot of the ball again for the last maybe 10 minutes or
Yeah.
so.
Been quite nice, that.
Oh.
Jack Barnes, yeah.
Haven't done there.
So what do you think it'll be for us then? Just a striker and then done?
I think definitely a striker and a goalkeeper. I like the links to Sen Lamens. I don't know if he'd come in as a first choice option, but I think we might basically frame
Phase it.
competition
Yeah.
for Onana as actually a new kind of number
Yeah.
one signing.
And then drop him at his first howler.
Yeah.
Soon.
Oh.
Caught by Bayindir.
That was a big chance for, is it Souček?
The thing is, we keep hearing that a midfielder is also a target, but the market feels pretty dry at the moment, and it feels like unless you're spending big money, it's going to be difficult to find that right kind of player unless there's like a stroke of scouting genius. And sometimes you kind of hit the jackpot. I think Aidan Heaven's a bit of an anomaly because he cost $1 million and he might be starting the season as United's left centre back. I feel like unless we can somehow stumble across a deal like that, it's going to be difficult to find a really ideal midfield signing. Be interesting to see if Sekou Kone gets any minutes in the second half, because I think fans really want to see what he's about against first team opposition. Ooh, heavy ball.
And obviously Collier as well in midfield. Was another
Yeah.
player who was getting like some games last year.
Yeah, there's options there, and I think the big requirement for them is that athleticism and ability to run and have an engine. Collier's definitely got that.
Frustrated me.
What, missing out on him?
The way it wasn't even like, it was almost like we vetoed it.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
about 4.5 million or something.
It happened so many times
Yeah.
under the Glazers,
I know.
and I'm hopeful that we've kind of learnt from those mistakes. It seems like we are buying into
Yeah, I mean,
some of the opportunities from
it's
abroad.
nothing money.
Yeah, exactly.
To take a punt on a promising youngster when a couple of years down the line you're looking at 100 million for them.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Often.
worst case scenario. It's almost impossible to make a loss on that kind of
Yeah.
player. I think Diego Leon is a good example of quite a similar deal.
Yeah.
I think similar money paid for him than we
Is
would
he on?
have. We would have paid for Caicedo that summer.
Do you think he'll be he's going to be in around the first team this season, do you think?
I think it still depends on how he does in this preseason,
Yeah.
but I don't think he's going to be loaned. I think it'll either be, more first team action and a bit of under 21s for him. Basically the same as Sekou Kone last year. But he seems to be highly rated, and apparently he's impressed in the training sessions he's had.
He looks physically up to it.
Yeah, that was the big attraction from scouts. He leads a lot of running stats and things like that the analytics teams would be looking at. But obviously he's still got a lot to learn in terms of the defensive side of his game.
Well, it's coming up for half time now.
Yeah, a couple of minutes to go.
Become a little bit more cagey towards the half time, isn't it?
Didn't ask you if you were excited.
I couldn't just not tell you how excited I am this face.
Goes without saying, doesn't it?
Yeah. I don't know. I don't get caught with all the hysteria if we win, but equally so when we don't perform well. I'm like, I've seen United's pre-seasons too often now to not get, Pereira was the new Pirlo one year, and it just too many false dawns. So my hope is that we get through the end of pre-season, don't have any injuries, maybe a couple of new signings, and everyone gets match fit. That's that's a success.
Nice.
Really good intervention there from Lenny Oro. Do you remember that pre-season Ten Hag's first? I remember
when we won the Bangkok Cup.
Probably.
Did we beat Liverpool 4-0 or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you see that trophy though? It had a button on it like you could buy from B&M or something, and lit up.
Really?
Yeah. Like you pressed it and
they
the
should
trophy
add that
lit
to
up.
the Premier League trophy. Yeah, and we were playing some liquid football with, I think it was like Sancho, Martial and Rashford, that front three. And everyone thought that,
this is it, we've got Ajax ball now.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Within one game, Ten Hag's coached Ajax ball into this squad.
Yeah.
Obviously, it was too good to be true. And we were hit by the Brentford game. Was it first game of the season?
Brighton it was.
Brighton
I
first,
was there, yeah. And then straight away it reverted back to sort of how United used to play it.
It long.
Yeah.
We any more on Sancho? Is he gone yet?
It's weird because all the Italian sources keep saying that he's about to move to Juventus, and that's all agreed. And then I think Ornstein and Fabrizio have both said there's absolutely nothing going on there. So
Christ, he's going nowhere, is he?
Yeah, I think some of the players.
He's on a hell of a contract.
Yeah, it just makes it impossible to shift him.
I'm out.
No, he's
needed some height on that.
I've not been able to get Ahmad involved enough because of the wing back area, but it's half time now.
Yep, half
Sorry,
time.
Scotty's asleep.
I wasn't. Right, defensive solid. Plus Cunha, Ugarte, and Ahmad. The rest dead food. That was from Donar. Do you agree or disagree with that?
I think it's been a good half from Ugarte.
Yep.
And everyone knows I criticise him quite a lot, but I think he's had some really good moments that first half. I think Mainoo's been. I've liked watching Mainoo play, but I'm worse than Finn. I'm quite biased watching Mainoo though. Just any time he touches the wall, I'm like, whoa. Do you know what I mean? It's hard because he's aesthetic. I think he's very aesthetic footballer.
Yeah.
But I think he's been good. I think Cunha's shown a good amount of urgency. I think we've been a better side.
Yeah,
for sure. And I've seen some positives. But I wouldn't sit here and act like it's been perfect. I think, other than West Ham being quite poor themselves, which they were for last season as well.
Yeah.
I think it's been like 5 minutes there of being good and 5 minutes of them kind of playing for us quite a bit. But I think for the most part, the balance of play, I'd say we've been better. I'm not going to get it too excited yet. I never really do for pre-season.
Yeah.
But I do still look for positives and performances, and I think there's been enough there.
Yeah, I think all things considered in terms of in the second game of pre-season, obviously the heat of 26 degrees that they're playing in, the state of the pitch. It has been a little bit sluggish at times. We have to take all them sort of things into consideration, but there has been bright sparks. If we look at Hojlund's run through, I think that took everyone by surprise in the first 5 minutes. If he bangs that in, I think there might be the change of narrative on social media as to whether he should stay or go.
Hojlund's back.
Yeah, I think Dorgu's probably been our best player of the game. Down the left hand side, he's been impressive. Thought Bruno was a little bit wasteful in possession a bit, but there's been balls over from Euro. The crossfield ball. So there's been a lot to be positive about Finn.
Yeah, definitely. Some positive signs.
Finn's got no mates.
It's gone a bit. He'll be back.
Go on, Finn.
Games. I think it's come in waves. of United playing better and then West Ham taking some control. But yeah, like Ronnie said, I think we've been the better team overall. I think the chances we've created have been higher quality than theirs. I feel like we haven't really been threatened that much by them. And that's the thing. Sometimes possession can be a little bit deceptive because I don't think we've necessarily had tons of the ball, but I'd say we've had control of the game. It's felt that way. But yeah, some of the decision making in the final third still needs to be a little bit sharper. I think Bruno has been a little bit wasteful and a bit quick to release the ball. But yeah, definitely positive signs there. And like we said, Dorgu, I think for me, one of the more positive players. I think he's really starting to understand his role and position better, making intelligent runs off the ball and getting involved in, quick interchanges, wide. So yeah, hoping for maybe a little bit more in the second half, but not unhappy with that first half.
Yeah, and just your thoughts, Tom. There was a goal disallowed as well, which was another positive thing.
Yeah, I mean, it was nice to see Ahmad getting in that position. It was a good finish, even though a good finish and a good move. But to be honest, it was more echoing that play down the left-hand side. And how Dorgu looks to have. It looks like that's what we're going to go into the season with, and you kind of feel that. Whereas there's question marks maybe elsewhere. So that's nice to see because. We don't want too much chop. It'd be nice to have some certainty going into the season. Yeah,
you only want to make like one or two different amends rather than sort of. This new phenomenon this year as well is going to be the half-time team talks with the interviews with the managers. Apparently, Amarin's been interviewed. Can we get any of the comments, by the way?
I don't like
the quotes. Yeah, that was to the producers. Apparently apparently 70 minutes we're going to be making substitutions.
Okay.
He spoke to someone called Rebecca. I don't know who that is. We'll find out when we get more from our producers. What do you make for these sort of inventions that we're bringing in? Cheerleaders next year, and then we're going to be having hot dogs in the stand.
Multi-ball system.
Yeah, it's just
it's like that Budweiser advert.
The pitch is a bit iffy though. Like these pitches. It's not helping. I can tell it's not like a good, easiest pitch to play football on, for sure. But I think the fact that we get another 20 minutes, 25 minutes or so of this team before the subs, we can see a little bit more. Do you know what I mean? Whether we, because I still want to see it. What do you think though about Ahmad right wing back? I feel like he can't get involved in the final third as much. Do you know what I mean?
I don't know if I buy into that though, because I think. A lot of his best moments last season came from right wing back. I'd say at some points in the season he even got more touches on the ball throughout the game when he was playing wide. I think especially when you've got a player like Mbumo there who can really complement his strengths, I just see it as two really talented, intelligent footballers. And for me, there's no way that doesn't work. Obviously, there's going to be some concerns about the defensive side of the game. He's not a natural fullback like maybe Dalot would offer a little bit more solidity, but equally I think it's a kind of gamble you've got to make. And if you want to play positive attacking football, I think it's the right decision to have.
We'll
Ahmad
see
there.
what happens with Mbumo, won't we? I guess how it works together. I mean, there were a few times with Ahmad where I felt like he knew he had the beating, but he'd received the ball just a little bit too deep. And I think he would second guess and think, that's a long way to go for me to try and drive at the box. And it was only when in certain games that he was maybe pushed a bit higher up, or we got a bit desperate towards that he thought, I'm going to have it. And he's been such a positive. You just want to see him getting the ball in the right areas of the pitch enough. And I think that's a lot. That's what it all comes down to. Is when you've got these players, it's giving them the best opportunity to impact the game by getting it to them at the right time in the right area of the pitch, one-on-one.
Yeah, and I think what we'd see if we did see Ahmad and Mbumo playing is there would be a lot of interchange where for maybe 5 minute periods Mbumo would go wide and Ahmad would be playing inside. So yeah, for me it's almost kind of a non-issue except from maybe a defensive point of view. But yeah, you want to have your best players on the ball as much as possible. So yeah. How do you feel about it? Do you think?
I think it's good to have a player that can play. But I think there'll be certain games where you get involved or not. I kind of feel like wing backs would find it hard to get involved against a team like West Ham that play 5 at the back anyway.
When they're matched,
so it's almost matched and cancelled out in a sense. And also I think was it Cunha was playing a bit on the right side a lot. I think he was alternating a bit with Bruno.
Yeah.
I think it also depends on the positions that's taken up from one of the 10s, because sometimes you might have a 10 that plays a bit central, so that actually allows a bit the space for the wing back a little bit more. And then you've also got a 10 that might go drift a bit wide, or like Ganacho used to do last year, where sometimes the space isn't always there. Also, it's a bit natural, I think. Say you've got Dorgu playing left wing back as a left footer. I think it's natural for him to hold his width a little bit more.
Yeah.
But on the other side, you've got Ahmad right wing back, where his tendency might be infield a little bit. Do you know what I mean? Not
You've got completely different passing angles there.
And different players as well.
Yeah.
I think Dorgu's much more like full-back-ish, whereas
he's more like pass and go, isn't he?
Yeah. But I've seen games where Ahmad's played wing back last season where he was getting so much of the ball wide in space, to be fair.
Yeah.
Do you see Mazraoui playing as much this year? Or do you think he'll be
Forgot about Maz.
in and out?
I think he mainly plays as a centre back. I think because I think Amorim is desperate to have wing backs who are kind of fierce athletes. And then Mazraoui,
he's technically so good.
He's a beautiful.
He's so good on the ball.
Yeah. I really love watching him. But I think what Amorim has noticed, and it's why he predominantly plays there, is because maybe he doesn't have that athleticism to bomb on the wings, but he can still, offer so much in terms of progression from wide areas playing as a centre back. And I think he defends intelligently.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like we're particularly vulnerable when he's playing in the back three. So I think, if he's to get a fair few minutes, it will be playing a little bit deeper in that back three.
Who was the sign of the year last year, do you reckon?
Sign of the year.
Yeah, for United.
Lenny Ora for me.
Yeah, in Titler with the long term and how he finished
Yeah,
the season.
for how they performed.
how they play. Do you know what? Early part of the season, I thought Mazraoui was. I mean, for the money we spent as well, was it 14?
Yeah, something very low. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he was. I mean, as the season went on, the whole team started to struggle.
Yeah,
maybe his performances fell off a little bit. Yeah, so probably it's got to be like Nioro, hasn't it? Because I suppose you're looking at the long term, but he did finish the season so well. So many glimpses into the kind of player that he could be.
Yeah,
I think that also there's that curse of some signings where I think we saw it with Mazraoui a little bit, where they start really strong and then they almost drop to the level of the rest of the squad.
Yeah.
And I think maybe Mazraoui suffered a little bit of that and maybe a bit of burnout, because he's not a player that plays every game of the season throughout his career. He's always had a few injury issues and not played consistently throughout the season. So I think when he came in and played pretty much every game consecutively, maybe there was a bit of burnout there.
Yeah.
So it's to be expected. But he's a fantastic player when he's really going and in the right position and role. So I'm excited to see him, but I think him and Yoro definitely top two signings of last summer.
There's been a lot of times over the past few years where you look at the bench and think, how are we going to change this game? So I think that'd be, talking about all these selection problems, it'd be nice to have a reasonably stacked bench.
Yeah,
it's a good problem to have, isn't it?
Affect games and
I'm looking at a group chat, not a group chat. This is the type of phrases that come out post midnight watch-alongs.
1 a.m. Bloody hell.
Before you go, I'm not gonna lie to you, Glizzy Hands. That name, by the way, is crazy. Glizzy Hands. Damn. He says, nice to see you get Hojlund on a live stream. That was coming, mate. Do you know what I mean? You've had Hojlund, McTominay, and Ji-sung Park.
He was the love child. Mac Park one.
So they said he's a McTominay, Ji-sung Park love child, and it's like so.
God.
That was crazy. That's crazier than his name being Glizzy Hands, which is very on brand for America. Can't say stuff like that with Tom on, because now he'll laugh for an hour. Oh, God, that's joke. Oh, that's really. Do you know what I mean? Someone's then killed it, saying he looks like Miley Cyrus.
Oh no,
Mo, that one's not great, bro. But I'm not. All right, let me look at the comments. A lot of Ugarte prop. I think he was really good in the first half, and I've been really critical of him. But people are talking about pace on the ball. I think the tempo of games are always pretty slow anyway, so it's hard to judge tempo in games like this. I do think when I've watched like Liverpool versus Milan and Arsenal versus Milan in pre-season games, I think the tempo was a bit higher. I don't know if that's the quality of the teams, maybe. But I think it's been okay. I feel like I've actually seen much slower games, to be fair, in pre-season. I think it's been played at a decent pace and level. I think they've dealt with the pitch reasonably well as well. I think there's more positives than negatives from the first half, but I know there's that kind of inkling to not get carried away because it's pre-season. But you are looking for like performances in general.
West Ham probably contributes to that a little bit, the way the game's been played, and we've looked quite like we're after it. You know, when it's there for us, but it's just been a bit cagey at times from the way.
And the pitch hasn't helped at all. The ball's bobbling all over the place.
And conceding early on as well. I think they've kept it a bit tight, haven't they? First half.
Yes, for sure. Whereas Brown's like he's proper.
I thought that was Joel McHale for a second.
Which is dry or slow. Glizzy fingers. This is someone. This is.
So glizzy hands and glizzy fingers.
Yeah. This is my. Flick Chick 238 says Ronaldo battling on Twitter. I've got someone that does it for me. No, I'm joking. I feel like one of my favourite things to do is to kind of discuss and tweet, especially when you're on a watch along for 3.5 hours. Everyone's like, "What are you doing?" If you go on your phone like 3 or 4 times in 3 hours whilst on a watch along with 4 people, it's allowed. Come on, especially midnight. You know what? Jay gets on to me the most, yeah.
Oh, he does my head in.
About it, and then Jay's one of the ones that goes on his phone the most.
Yeah.
He does it. I swear he does it.
Yeah, but he's an ass because what he does, because he doesn't look like, because he has a laptop.
Yeah.
And then he has it open.
Your WhatsApp open.
Yeah, as well. He'll have a laptop with his WhatsApp and all that up.
But then starts judging, going, what you do? Put your phone away.
And he's there like texting, because it looks like it, but he's there like he's there texting people like and messaging people.
How does he write like a 1960s secretary?
Like, on his laptop, because he's like connected to his iOS, so it doesn't look from optic standpoint or like he's on his phone, but it's the same with like Joe on his laptop, and then they like will like if you pull your phone out once in like an hour and a half, just to like they'll be like when you're not speaking as well all the time, and they give me stick for it. I don't know if it's like maybe it's like a visual thing, but even sometimes.
Joe, like, things. I didn't realize
Jay's gonna message me now, see me digging him out. But Joe will be on his laptop here, and then Jay will like mid-stream, he's like your live his phone like that, and then he's like texting on WhatsApp, and I was like, wait, when I do that, you get onto me.
Double standards.
Hierarchy, that Ronaldo.
Yeah. Doesn't look like any changes have been made.
Do you know what I mean, Jay? Do you know? I've said this to people. Are saying it to us. I have this. These are things I've said to Jay off camera. So it's not
How's he taking that?
Do you know what I mean? You sometimes see us an hour a week together, but we're pretty much together most days. And I'll be like, you're always getting on to me about... So I think that's why, because it's a bit of like a running joke now.
Yeah, you're always...
And a gimmick, so they're going to pull me up on it every time.
How was that received when you confronted him?
I just accept it, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just did. But anyway, second half's kicked off and we're waffling. I'm hoping that the second half performance does kind of kicks on from the first or mirrors it somehow.
Were you asking about like American-y inroads into
Americanisms,
football?
Yeah. What's anything that you'd like to see?
See, I feel like with all the way foreign ownership has gone, there's been loads of Americans obviously trying to get into the European game, and I do think that the model doesn't match, and they misunderstand the emotion and the jeopardy that I think European football needs, and that we don't want scenarios where you're protected against relegation. There's games are 4 hours long because there's you come for other stuff. So I think we've done well to reject it.
Yeah,
I think they realise that there's.
I remember the first time I went to watch the Knicks at Madison Square Garden, I couldn't get my head around the music that they play to sort of cheer fans up. I'm like, what is this? It's like for 12-year-olds. I'm going to get pelters for that. But you shouldn't need that because you got like emotional attachment anyway. And there was no chanting. What's all that about?
You've seen the videos of like American chants.
Yeah. Are you showing me one in particular here?
No, I was saying
right.
You know when you wanted it back, is that what I mean?
Come on, Seattle.
Yeah.
That's the best one. I believe that we will win.
It's the slow build of adding each word each time.
It's mad though. I think Bruno's like been one of the players that's been a bit iffy.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Something a little bit off.
But like when it's like Super Bowl weekend, but in England over here now, where it's become a thing where everyone gets Americanised at home, and they have all like the chicken wings and stuff. But do they do that for the FA Cup final in America? Like everyone has like Boddingtons and fish and chips and stuff like that.
It'll just be the English bars and stuff.
Is that,
where
yeah?
The ones that are into football go. And no one else gives a
Nobody
gives a
cares
shit.
at all.
70 minutes, yeah? It looks like West Ham have come out with the same team as well.
Yeah.
So they might be following suit.
Quite early in a pre-season to stick to your team at half time. I feel like usually at this stage it would still be wholesale changes.
Get the
Right,
biggest.
DB Cooper, as an American, I find you're insulting our chance accurate. Hey, it's Casey. You should try watching the Cubs, Chicago, yeah?
Yeah.
The organist plays.
Nah, Chicago Bears.
Where are the Cubs?
The Cubs.
Sounds like baseball. Sounds like.
But where is that? Chicago. It is Chicago, yeah. Or the organist plays stuff to wind up the opposition. See, I like that.
Didn't think of American people watching.
Because they're the ones that
Sorry, guys.
we're actually on the American time zone now, innit? But
Yeah.
I don't know how much of the people watching are American. I'd expect it to be mostly people that are the time zone around, because we're always like 5, 6, sometimes 7 or 8 hours ahead.
Or him.
Go
on, Bruno.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know why he divid there.
I feel.
Looks like
it
looks like he got caught. The ball.
Yeah.
Mainoo
Hit that. Oh.
That's a call.
deflected.
Who'd that go off?
It looked like it was potentially heading goal bound. That.
That I
Was
can't get
deflected
over
by
that
that.
trim from Areola. That is bad. He's a bad one, man.
Looks a bit like the Mexican goalkeeper, doesn't he?
Oh, he tripped a little bit, didn't he, Bruno? Got his foot stuck in the
His hair
ground.
like that.
Oh.
Yeah,
That's what I was thinking. I was watching
Narcos.
Narcos earlier on, and it's like that sort of trim.
Yeah, this pitch is awful.
yeah, it's bouncing everywhere, isn't it? Cool.
Oh, it's a great
Go
header
on,
from
go on, Cunha.
Cunha.
Back post is in the box. Strike. Peppering him here.
a
Final
goal
Yeah,
third.
yeah.
Goal coming.
Yeah.
Cross, Bruno. Aiden Evan. Header over.
Stephen Harris said, Ronnie, it's the same trim as Florin's.
It's the same colour. It's the same colour, not the same trim, no. Remember Areola? People have made so many jokes about Areola because of his name.
Why?
Just saying he makes a bit of a tit of himself.
I knew them. This happens past 1 o'clock on the watch along.
Okay, no. They've not experienced it when you're on, like, this would be like an hour from when we were starting.
Yeah.
Like it's hard. You probably find you'll start to see how it feels towards the end when it starts to get towards 2 a.m. and that. But
Just fall apart.
yeah. You can feel the difference.
I'm tired.
To start with, you like the first half an hour, you kind of like, oh, and then you realise your body, what was it, circadian
Circadian
rhythm
yeah.
and that.
Just finished reading another book on that.
Circadian, yeah.
Your circadian entrainment goes out of whack.
Because I feel it's almost like you mentally can be like trying to be there, but your body isn't.
Yeah.
And then that's why when that crash happens, because probably as soon as you leave the office,
Your melatonin goes up and your cortisol goes down, and you got no alertness.
Yeah.
No,
Your body
no.
just falls asleep.
So what is it like on a Ivory's Fort? I know this is conversations you get on a watch along at 1:30 or whatever. But what is the bodily change then when you obviously we've won the ball back, final third, Bruno.
It's a great
Bruno goal. See, he's got please
That
two.
was nice.
Bruno 20 yards out.
Oh.
Who's the interception from Mainoo?
Mainoo, yeah.
Mainoo interception.
It's the way he shaped that, you knew that was going.
Yeah.
Bruno was
Mainoo's been
an
so
iffy
good
game.
this second
Walks
half.
away with 2 goals, but it was a really,
Yeah.
really clever, typical
And
high
when Mainoo
quality
looking
finish.
sharp like that,
25
I think
yards.
He gets criticised, I think, for how he covers the ground sometimes.
But I think it's looking
What a
much
finish.
better. This, he looks light on his feet and he looks more slender.
What
Oh,
a
that's
finish.
beautiful.
What a finish.
I mean, Areola was so far
Areola's
over.
well out there.
I mean, I think because we've won the ball back so quick, he's
Yeah.
not looked behind him to get his bearings.
Yeah. Just completely
Beautiful.
completely cut
I
off
mean, it's a
guard.
great finish, yeah.
He's actually almost bins that.
Yeah. Lovely
Just
that.
quality though.
Yeah.
We'd
pure
love to see
quality.
it.
What were you saying? You said
Oh,
what's the
I'd
bodily
say
change?
Circadian rhythm.
So I was saying, because we talk about circadian, this is usually the type of talk where people can help in the chat, but they're probably not interested. They're probably going to be waffling.
Let's have a go.
But it's when you're like, obviously you have certain times where your body just naturally gets tired. It's like almost like clock or whatever.
Yeah.
But obviously when you're on a night out, or like you're out clubbing and that, you obviously have a heightened alertness and something when it's like 1, 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning when you're out. What is it? Is it not similar to like,
adrenaline and your adenosine levels are killed by alcohol, and usually people have like caffeine late on night outs and stuff. Nights
or
out.
is it just that you're stimulated? Or like
Yeah, it's
and kind of being
stimulation
up on your feet, I guess, or in a way.
And it's also the intensity of the lights and stuff like that. But it's all
There's
about
also
it's all about your adenosine.
I think when you need to, though, you can dial in a bit, can't you? But this isn't isn't doing it for me.
It's like me. I can't. I don't know what happened. As I've got older, I can't stay up. So the only way I can actually stay up usually past this time is if I'm actually out. If I'm at home, I can't like. By the time it gets to 11-ish, after 11, I'm almost conk out.
I overslept this morning.
Yeah.
Late for work, 2 hours.
How good has Cunha been at winning the ball back, by the way? We do
Yeah,
look
he's
like
got
we're
real intensity, hasn't he?
Yeah, we are pressing a hell of a lot better up front.
Yeah. Everything in this second half has looked really, really impressive.
But again, I thought we did all right at winning the ball back high up the pitch, and we have done for about for 18 months or so. We just do nothing. The amount of times we just did nothing with it.
Yeah.
Wrong decisions, overrunning the ball, wasting chances.
That's what I mean. West Ham, man, they're not looking great, you know. I know they were looking like relegation candidates last season. They've lost Kudus and they've not replaced him, and he's obviously a tragic Antonio situation as well.
What's his situation at the minute?
I think he's back on his feet doing rehab and stuff, I think, now, which is good. But do you see the state of his car afterwards? Like, he's lucky he made it out of it,
Oh, he released a video. It was Mikel Antonio. It was the injury was just as bad as you imagined. He had to learn to walk again and that.
Do we know if he's kind of set to play again? Is it?
I think the doctors were basically saying
See how you go.
probably shouldn't, or probably not best, but he's almost like recovered extremely well, which is what you expect from an athlete sometimes. And he thinks it's possible.
Sometimes just pure will can kind of overcome those predictions.
And I think there's an element of putting your body through it at this level, anyway, isn't there? When you're finished, not everyone's in great shape.
We want a clean sheet, boys, don't we?
Yeah, I'm sticking by my 3-0 prediction.
Yeah,
I said 3-1, didn't I?
He's not had much to do by day. This would it'd be good for his confidence to get 2 clean sheets on the bounce, albeit in pre-season.
I think we look difficult to play against, to be honest. I say that we probably concede now, but
So on the likelihood that we maybe don't sign a goalkeeper, is there a conversation to have where Bayindir, in pre-season or Nana's injured, could he play himself for the number 1 role? Because he's not done it in competitive games.
I don't like Bayindir at all, to be honest. I don't trust him between the sticks, and I think his ball playing is also leaves a lot to be desired.
Not great, is it?
So I think I'd struggle to see him. Even if Onana's not playing at his best, I think I'd struggle to see Bayindir as our number 1.
Yeah.
He's a decent shot stopper.
Yeah.
At times. I think his technique when saving fills me with a little bit more confidence than the way Onana goes at things sometimes. But I don't see Bayindir being a number 1 choice. We do need a goalkeeper, don't we?
Yeah, I think so. But that's the thing. I think even if we do go for a senior option, I don't really know why there's so much onus on Emi Martinez, because I think he's going to come with pretty high wage demands, and
I think he's a little overrated.
Yeah,
because
he's not great.
Yeah, I think what he's done for Argentina has really pushed his reputation.
Obviously, that save was will go down in history as one of the most important saves ever. But
he's a great reflex goalkeeper. in close distances, but he's got a mistake in him.
He's got that personality as well. Where I'd rather much have those. Yeah, a calmer. So I'd take like average or just above average goalkeeper. You know,
you don't want to notice your goalkeeper too much, do you? That's the thing.
But he's doing that for Villa, and the thing is, like, it will be a step up. It's a different environment. So I don't know. I see him as a mild risk if you're going to put any degree of money into that signing.
Yeah. That's why I think, you know, getting a younger but playing first team football option like Sen Lamens, who can come in as a second option.
Who's that?
And then maybe you play him in the cup, see what he's about, and kind of integrate him slowly.
Really happy with Mainoo.
Mainoo's
good, man.
Fantastic.
He said the other day, didn't he, I've got big plans for him.
Yeah.
You're going to say that, but
he does look a lot lighter on his feet and more mobile. He's never going to be a proper top end athlete. He's never going to be like a kind of Declan Rice or Caicedo in terms of ground coverage. But, you know, if he can stay lean and stay agile, then he can, you know, sky's the limit for him still.
Who is the centre mid pairing then for you lot?
What, when the season starts?
Yeah. That's a conundrum, isn't it?
Like, it depends who's playing ahead of them as well. Like,
my problem is, I think it's Kobbie Mainoo and someone else. I think Kobbie Mainoo is the only guaranteed one, but I don't think you can play with Bruno, and I don't think you can't start Bruno. So it's a bit of a weird one.
And it's unlikely he's going to get in the number 10 roles with Mbeumo and Kuhn.
Yeah, exactly. I think it obviously it's difficult to say because Bruno is probably our best player still, and you know he's a world class number 10. But I almost feel like we do play better as a collective with someone like Kobbie in the midfield compared to Bruno.
That's one of their rare shots. Jared Bowen.
Yeah,
he's been quiet today.
Yeah,
in the box.
Lots of United players warming up.
You've still got Casemiro there, haven't you? You've got Mason Mount there.
It's 38. Is that Jack Fletcher?
Yeah,
looks like it was. 38.
There's a lot of players.
38 is a
pretty low number.
It's a pretty low number.
Yeah. He looks alright in the minutes.
Ariamas had a low number last year.
Amarim looks like he's been at the gym as well, doesn't he, this summer? Amarim looks a bit like he's been at the gym this summer.
Yeah. I've seen a few videos where fans have like caught him in the gym and stuff. Said hi.
He's big into his kickboxing, isn't he?
Yeah, I think so. Little pep up.
I'm not going to ask you what substance that is.
It's just to numb it a little bit. My throat is sore.
Oh, why do you need? Anyway,
go on.
Just a bit of numbing agent.
Why do you need your throat numbing?
Because it hurts.
And why is your throat sore?
I don't know. Just life gets in the way sometimes.
Okay.
Sorry.
Oh, nice.
Yo.
I'd like Kuhn to get a goal today.
Yeah.
Just always scored too many games. That sort of thing does start hanging over you.
Nice.
How's that got? I was going to say, that pass getting through would have annoyed me because it felt like it. For someone to get that much of a block on a pass and it just not to deviate its path that much, just be the most United thing ever. I feel like that we had a bad season anyway, but I feel like there were so many instances where we'd concede like goals where some of it would be like
horrendous goals.
A bit of freak bad luck as well at the same time if we
didn't
need anything worse
just
to
look
go
at the
against
final.
us.
Just look at the Europa final.
Yeah.
I mean, the nature of that goal hitting Luke Shaw on the back when Johnson's already gone past it.
Yeah. Obviously, you create your own luck to an extent, but it did feel like there was too much bad luck last season. Like just
luck will be
those
in
little
this year.
50-50s. Yeah, I hope so.
Oh, Stefan Olsen. Lenny Yoro is the Rooney of defenders.
That's not outrageous to say.
Already world class.
Rooney's one. You know what's mad about that? Because Rooney was one of the best 18-year-old footballers that's ever been.
Can you name many better centre backs than Euro at his age?
Oh,
Nah, centre backs are usually classed much older.
Yeah.
That's the scary thing about someone like Lenny Yoro. But it's
The
like
thing that
even-
worries sometimes
it's like
is his
even-
injuries.
Yeah.
At Lenny Oro's age, Saliba was still like finding himself.
He was
Players
going
like
on
that.
loans and stuff. It was like,
Apparently, was it Setien?
Yeah.
yeah.
What I'm
They
hearing,
are-
what I'm hearing is he was pretty good there,
Yeah.
but they didn't quite expect what he like became.
The thing is, he was in the same age group as Wesley Fofana
And he
and
was seen as
Max
the better
Lacroix
prospect.
as well. And Fofana was, to be fair, I think when they were 17 and 18, Saliba kind of came to the front, and people in France started getting really excited about him. But it took him, yeah, like you said, a couple years to.
Oh, West Ham
Jared Bowen,
scored.
man, he's deadly.
There's the one.
There's the one.
It is.
Some player
Really good
Bowen,
goal,
innit?
to be fair.
Yeah.
Jared Bowen scores
Did it go
2-1.
through Binder a little bit? I
They
don't know,
cut-
maybe I'm wrong.
Cut through
It was
our.
a pretty good finish.
Yeah, not
They
like
cut
it
through
probably
us
was.
in the build-up, gapping behind. Sushek,
It's a little bit easy
a bit
Yeah,
easy.
well,
from this position
Bowen
here.
pulls off, and then it's like
he doesn't quite do enough just to put, it's Jared
that
Bowen.
is
It's
his
a-
quality though. But
Yeah.
you don't really give players like that.
It's the
that
space
chance.
between the centre back and the wing back, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think the keeper could do better there.
My only thought was that he just
That's
went
a
to...
finish though.
No, it's not.
Scotty,
It's not-
like,
no,
I'm not
it's-
gonna lie to you.
My only
That
thought
was
was that
a-
he went to ground a bit, so he was reaching.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
that was all. It was a great finish.
Tom
Yeah.
agrees with me.
It's a great finish.
I wasn't taking away from the
You know
finish.
me, I'm always someone that naturally gives credit to forwards, but I do sometimes hear it. Like keepers, like he probably could have got stronger.
I just felt like he went to his knees a little bit, and then he ends up reaching when he could have probably. stood
Yeah.
a bit. That
Looks
was
more
all.
difficult.
Tom,
than it
we've had a super chat about you, mate.
Oh, really?
Lad, have you seen Tom do the robot? He does an unbelievable robot. Best robot I've ever seen. Do it, Tom, you little techno window
Who is this-
wonder
who
kid
is this Tom?
robot. Mouse task.
I'm not sure about that.
A friend of yours.
Paid $5.99 for that.
5'9". I almost feel like I should, but I'm not going to.
You know, I get like an OnlyFans going.
Yeah, that's behind a paywall. That.
Yeah. Dean Moran, Heaven can't start this season. There's been a few people saying that Heaven isn't good enough.
I don't know if that's fair.
I'd be surprised if he started from the
I
off.
think
I think he's someone he'll get phased.
I do think it's really tough to have like
Two young lads. Yeah.
when centre half is one of those positions, man. It's like Lenny Oro. We're talking about Lenny Oro, but he was someone who's seen as like if you would say one of the best centre half prospects we've seen in a while. And he's like when you get in centre half, start getting a generational tag and that. From his little days, it's different. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Aidan Evans has shown that his potential is actually really, really, really high,
Yeah.
and he can have a great career. But I feel like it's a position that's tough to have loads of like really young. I know Finn would disagree because he's an advocate for the youth. It's commendable though, because I actually think United probably need to lean into Carrington a bit more the next couple of years. I think it's going to be required. Yeah.
Definitely.
But there's going to be, but at that age especially in that position, there's going to be peaks and troughs.
Yeah.
Because we saw like 3 games on the spin last year in competitive games, not pre-season, where Aidan Heaven looked really good. And I think against Leicester away, he was probably he was man of the match before he got injured.
Yeah,
I forgot about Martinez
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah, we don't know he's going to be back though, do we?
Yeah.
I think October time.
My thing is with Heaven, I don't think he's made any more mistakes than any of our other senior options do in the same amount of time that he's played. And what he offers, I think his upside is really, really high in terms of the ball progression that he offers. And I think there's a reason that he's got so many minutes at his age, because Amorim wants something so specific from those wide players that, Alessandro Martinez can do it on the ball, but I don't know if he's got it off the ball,
yeah,
especially
I
defending
agree.
wide areas. Obviously, we've just seen then, Aidan Heaven struggled to contest with Bowen, but I think, a lot of centre-backs would in that position. So yeah, it's difficult, but for me, I don't think he's put a foot wrong any more than pretty much any other senior option.
But do you not think with that though, just because of his age, that mistakes are inevitable as they are in all footballers, but just try and maybe protect him from a personality, sort of for his development?
Yeah, absolutely, and I'm hopeful that Amorim can find that right balance in terms of being able to protect him and still giving him the opportunity. I think so far that's been managed well with him, and I'd like to think that, you know, if there were concerns around, you know, the pressure that was being put on him, that, you know, Amorim's someone that would know to kind of pull back a little bit and, you know, maybe rely on the senior options.
Yeah.
So I think it's kind of a cross that bridge when you get to it option. But for now, he'd still start for me in United's best back three. I need to see what level Martinez is playing at when he comes back. That'll be interesting to see. Obviously, huge injury, ACL.
Second injuries as well, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
you know. I've had a message here from Jay Motta. Can you tell Ronaldo to get off his phone?
Is that what he said?
No,
I was about to switch on him, man. I was like, you know what I mean? Well, I think Scotty could see me right next to him as well.
Speaking of young centre backs, by the way, Fredriksen's on now. 20 years of age, I think.
Is
I
he,
think we've made. Should we tell everyone that we've made subs? Have we mentioned it?
No, he's
yes,
been
it's
at
a
the club the
wholesale
whole time.
changes.
no. Was he linked with a loan?
I don't think he has. No, I think he's.
So here's
still
who's
kind
on the
of set
pitch now.
to stick around.
Bayern Day. Have they all gone off? Yeah,
it
Fredrickson,
11?
Maguire, Shaw, Delors. I can't see that.
Casemiro, Collier, Leon,
Leon,
Fletcher,
yeah.
Mount.
Cheeto up top.
There's full changes of the Bayern Day.
Mao's task is come back again.
Oh, go on.
If United score again, Tom is doing that robot. He's paid £2.49. It's nearly a tenner now for that robot.
Oh,
It's all adding up.
Save your money.
I feel like you've got to do it.
Yeah.
Let's hope for 2-1 then, yeah.
It's my first look at Diego Leon.
It's a young 11 out there.
I don't think he made changes yet.
No, I don't think
What's
so.
that? You know. Tadibo would have suited us, to be fair. There's games where I watched West Ham last season. I thought it was that he was their right centre half, but looked like one of their best players.
Yeah.
In like
Definitely
a
he's
really
got a lot
poor
of
defence.
quality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't cost them that much, did he?
35,
In the
40
20s.
mil. Oh, really?
I think. To be fair, I think he was actually quite. I think you might be right. I think he was actually decently
Who's
expensive.
I could be wrong.
Tadibo.
I think it was 40 million.
I just remember
Yeah.
that was kind of the price quoted for United, but I'm not sure. Maybe they paid less after the whole UEFA thing went down.
I get to see my guy Delo play football. Jack Fletcher's on as well.
Yeah. That right 10 position.
Mason Mount, Everest. He's got a hill to climb. It's not a hill though, so it don't work.
He was one of our better players last year, Maguire.
Yeah.
I thought Maguire was alright last year.
Especially down the wing.
The customary Mount foul.
So yeah,
Paqueta's coming on, so some might say West Ham are rolling the dice.
Very good.
Do you like
Very
that
good
one?
work, yeah.
£1:30, we're nearly there, lads.
Yeah.
Rolling the dice, allegedly.
Okay, so super chat from Jay. Fernando Fernandez is better than Fernando Fernandez. We're here now. Buying a 9, forcing back in midfield and disrupts the balance of the side. Thought having football experts in place avoids this problem. Rejecting Bruno's sale for this is cowardice.
But we didn't reject the Bruno sale, though, did we?
No,
Because it was him.
want to do
Yeah.
he rejected being sold.
Yeah.
Do you know what's... Everyone's talking about a Bumo. Should I just come out and say it? He's not available for this game and the next one.
Bombshell. Exclusive.
Exclusive. Are you allowed to tell us who your sources are?
I don't think that's that's that exclusive. It's just about availability, really.
Yeah.
But because I hate doing the public ITK thing.
ITK drops.
I'll tell like mates and people I'm with, but I'm not going. I don't usually like.
Oh.
Ooh, feet. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I feel like people have just been mentioning Mbumo all stream.
Yeah, tier 1.
So I just say he's not playing Wednesday either. Is it Wednesday? It's Wednesday night, isn't it?
Yeah,
Is it
Thursday
Yeah.
morning. Bournemouth.
Bournemouth.
Yeah.
And then is it Everton?
The lads, yeah.
Why are we having a shit pre-season? Like, remember when we used to play Real Madrid in
I know.
pre-seasons and now playing Everton and West
Falling
Ham?
off.
Yeah.
Well, we're doing a
Part
tour
of
of
this
Wales
summer
next
series,
year.
isn't
This
it?
carries on.
Yeah.
Wrexham and
I like the games where it finishes 1-1 and you have a penalty shootout.
no, we did one of them as well, didn't we?
What if I said my thingy, Steve? If it was like, Steve would love to be ITK. He won't mention it, but if he won't be asked about me saying that, he mentioned it.
He seems
You
stressed.
sure?
No, he's not. The lads are out there with him. Well, the lads are out there, aren't they? So they can hear things. It's not outside the realms.
Yeah, it'll be
Or-
interesting to see how Leon fares.
Up against Wan-Bissaka then.
Yeah.
Did alright.
Report says he's been all right in training.
Yeah,
I like
apparently
his
he's
attitude
impressed.
when he started though. Like I said, I'm not going out on loan.
Yeah, he's a
I'm
fighter,
I'm here
isn't
to
he?
play, man. I
Yeah.
like that.
Do you hear what his dad said as well?
Oh, what did his
He
dad
was
say?
like, "You're at Manchester United. Don't come back and disappoint us."
Is that what he said?
Yeah, something along those lines.
Typical
yeah.
South American
That sounds
attitude,
like
though.
good
Like,
stock, that,
Come
doesn't it?
home and disappoint us.
What's the nationality?
they'll be proud as well.
Paraguay.
Paraguay. Is he he's not the first Paraguayan to play for
Oh,
United?
this brings me. Hey, listen.
I would say so.
No, there was one. I think there was.
Oh.
I think there was.
Oh, we gone.
Paraguay.
We got sound, but we got no visuals.
Yeah, we'll see if we can get anyone else from Paraguay play for United. I remember assigning someone.
Diego Forlan.
No, he's Uruguay.
Yeah,
There's not been many Paraguayans.
I can't think of many Paraguayan players. Full stop.
Have United ever had a Paraguayan player for him? I don't think so.
I'm pretty sure we signed one, mate, but it might have been one of them
Someone
that we
like
signed
Andy
and then
Mitten
sold
would know.
again. Leon is a nutter and we need it. That's from Danny Dude.
We do need some nutters.
Who is-
Almiron's Paraguayan, isn't he?
Is he? Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Just Leon.
Yeah.
Huh?
So Almiron.
You put that in Chat
Leon,
GBT, didn't you?
Rocky Santa Cruz. There's 3.
Good knowledge there. Is there a rivalry between Paraguay and Uruguay, or is it just the names?
I think it's just.
They're not actually. Do they border each other?
I don't think so.
No, Uruguay's like on the left, and
Yeah,
then
it's
Paraguay's out.
Argentina, Brazil,
Yeah.
Uruguay. Paraguay's. Is it Bolivia? Brazil?
I'm actually.
I'm not sure.
I think Mount's at that age where if it doesn't work out from United, especially with his injuries, I'm not sure where his next step could be. You know,
Everton.
Ross Barkley trajectory.
He's on a big contract.
I think he could become like a bit part player at like a low Premier League side.
Yeah.
That's how quickly life can change for you. He's coming from a Champions League winner a couple of years ago at Chelsea, like seen as a golden boy.
Shouldn't there's any hope it works out
But
from him.
I'm not lying to you, he could even end up abroad. Because most of the performances that I've seen and cameos I've seen from him the past like year, especially when he's had the injury issues he's had, he's looked like a lower level Premier League player at best in terms of what he can offer. And what's the thing what Mount doesn't have an excuse for is the system's tailor made from him.
Yeah.
Like he is
Oh,
his
right.
best position is what Amram's playing with, like the inside 10s, because that's where he played his best football under Tuchel
Yeah, but the
at
fact
Chelsea.
yeah.
But
Now we just signed
looks
two
like
more.
looks just like he's lost a bit or something. I don't know.
Well, he scored them 2 goals, didn't he, against Bilbao?
Yeah.
They were great goals.
He's got West Ham written all over him. That was Seth Trollins about Mason Mount.
That's the thing with the Premier League these days, though, man. Even those teams, they have the
Standards.
recruitment and the money that's there throughout the Prem. Like they'll
They're usually
like
pretty smart, aren't they?
they'll have players that they've signed that are probably better than him in the position, especially at the current stage. So it's not even like he walks into like Leicester's and that.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It's not as
Oh
simple.
my God. I'm really
And
impressed
West
by.
Ham.
Yeah.
I'm really impressed by some of Everton's business this summer. Actually, they've just
Yeah, they've
signed
got-
Asnu and Malik Fofana.
Yeah, they've got a nice little project going there,
Yeah.
innit?
Tia, no Barry, and all that.
Reminds me of Dele Alli. Looked super decent for a while and then injuries and just fell off.
Yeah.
A bit scrappy now, giving the ball
Did you
away.
see that mad interview with Dean Saunders where he compared Rashford to Dele Alli? Have you not seen the clip
Yeah.
that was
Seen
going
it.
round?
Dean Saunders, he's not been on TalkSport for a while, has he?
So it was just, was it not TalkSport he was on?
He was on TalkSport.
What was he on? There was a clip going around today about the move to Barcelona.
Oh, that'll be from somewhere else.
Oh, right, is it?
Surely.
Oh.
I've not seen him on
There's a
TalkSport
lot
for
of
ages.
bitterness in there.
Anyway, whatever he was on, he was saying that he thought Rashford was more on a Dele Alli sort of move in terms of he's not earned the move to Barcelona. And my word for bit of advice for Rashford would be to ditch the Rolls Royce. Like, people don't need to see you driving around the Rolls Royce. I was like, come on.
Well, they have signed him.
I know, yeah. And he's driving his Rolls Royce.
Yeah.
It's such a weird thing to
Yeah,
talk
I
about.
think he
right?
came back and got injured instantly. I think he's done. To be honest.
Probably done, innit?
Who's that?
Yeah, Wesley Fofana.
That's
Chelsea.
a shame.
It was top.
And Chelsea,
Leicester.
Ooh.
Chelsea fans do say he had iffy-ish times, but apparently for the most part he was.
I think like when he played, he was.
Yeah, he just before he got injured, he started looking like he was saying he was like the best defender.
Yeah.
Jay, super chat. Literally after the final, Bruno said he'd go if we needed the cash for a rebuild. United were too sentimental. Think Chelsea leave it to the player to decide. There's an argument in that.
West Ham bring the youngsters on.
Looks like it.
I know West Ham might not be one of them, but who's number 60, whatever it is? Have you heard of him?
I need a name.
Because he's
not
the
gonna
only
fall one now.
he looks like the only youngster out there just about for number alone.
Yeah.
So you must be.
I mean, West Ham had a really good group a couple of years ago and then just got decimated by.
They usually have a
Premier
pretty.
teams.
They usually decent academy, isn't?
Well, they won the Youth Cup.
Fearon.
It's a Pokemon,
Whoever
isn't
that
it?
is.
Haven't heard of him.
But like, yeah, West Ham are usually all right. I think then the most recent one is, what's the left back called? Is it Scarls? Scarls. He like started. He almost like nailed down left back at the back end of the season when no one was watching West Ham because they were bad. Decent with Moby. But I think he's their latest academy grad. Oliver Scarls.
Skulls.
Let me Google him.
Katie. If you guys had to choose between a striker and a Douglas Lewis
Nice,
type
it's on
midfielder, what would you prefer?
If it's
So
Douglas, well, what kind of striker?
I don't know. This is-
I think that we do need a central midfielder. I don't know. Maybe we don't. We've got so many options, but I just feel like we're missing something. You know, like whatever you try and put together with what we've got, I feel like we're missing something when you put it
Yeah.
up against the central midfield pairings that the other top sides have.
I think some of the problem is I think you can get a lot more value in, say, a £40 million striker than you can in a £40 million midfielder at the moment, just based on the market. I think if you just ask me what do we need more, I actually think we need a midfielder more than we need a striker. I think
What number? What
I
type of
would agree. I
midfielder?
think we can get
like
by
a
without
number
a
6
striker.
defensive
Six.
midfielder, yeah.
Yeah.
They're at a premium though, aren't they?
That's the thing,
how many
yeah.
buying them?
I mean, you're looking at, for a real top end option, you're looking at 100 mil now. Your Declan Rices and your Caicedos, and I think we'll see Baleba go for kind of similar money next year. I think Baleba's better than Caicedo, by the way. I think they upgraded.
Do you know what's mad? Baleba's underlying metrics, like on his thingy sheet, aren't like
Not crazy.
exceptional.
Yeah.
But whenever I've watched Brighton, he's just looked like an absolute monster.
Yeah.
Seth Trollin's thoughts on signing Lewis Cook from Bournemouth. Well tight. Banano Fernandez is not going to.
Banano Fernandez.
This is why I'm not doing him anymore. To my age.
Yeah. Lewis Cook.
I thought it's always that thing. With
Lewis
United
Cook's a
is-
referee's name.
Yeah.
I thought it's like a
We
kitchenware
talk
brand.
about this all the time, but referees in the Premier League always seem to have like the most
bog
default
standard.
standard English names. Like not just first name, full name.
Mike Dean.
It's Mike Dean, Mike Taylor,
Howard Webb.
Yeah.
It's Howard, and it's a lot of like 2 first name combinations as well. I think we got a list up when we were laughing going through the Premier League referees. They all
Nothing
had the most
exotic at all.
standardest names.
Is there no one that stands out?
Michael Oliver, another one. People get the,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? Was another one because that's like a double. That's a double first name one, isn't it?
Do you think the name test holds value with footballers? Some people are obsessed with name tests. Like, does their name sound cool enough to be a good
Anthony
footballer?
Taylor. Peter Banks is one.
David Coote.
That one's a bit more, and Coote's a bit more.
And
Like
yeah,
I'm literally going more
bit more exotic. In nature.
exotic.
And he was.
Yeah. Maybe the name test does.
Heaven so, because they're all either ex-feds or some shit like that. They're all like default, like
Whoa.
undercover names.
You know what's mad? Like referees at this level, they do give Fed vibes. You know, I'm not gonna lie to you. They do come across like that. Former officers of the law.
It's not cool being a ref.
Shit.
Is it?
Okay, no, he went for it there, innit?
Save it. No, did he sky it? Yeah.
Any news on Garnacho?
David Platt.
I just don't see who takes him at that price and his wages.
He looks like a
but
copper though, doesn't he, David Platt?
The thing is, he's being very particular about where he ends up. He's saying, I'll only move to the Premier League and I want a Champions League club.
Oh, so he
I
doesn't
just
want
don't
Napoli.
think... Yeah, but I just don't think he's in a position to be,
I
you
know.
know, deciding that.
I'm so tired of Garnacho. I
Yeah,
just
the
got really
whole
sick of
kind
his attitude
circus, yeah.
to what he last season.
That's some stadium, that innit? Fuck.
What is it, 100,000 seater?
82.
82.
Beating the NFL.
Yeah.
Wow.
They got any tiny ones like Bournemouth?
There's some ones with character. but they're
Yeah.
not big.
With character.
What are you like?
Do you think Brentford go
Yeah,
down
that
next
guy
season?
that said that, bro. Like
After
it's-
losing everyone.
Yeah.
There's plenty
Yeah,
of
yeah.
Because
what he mentioned with names not
I
like
don't-
that. So that's the whole point.
I
But
know,
yeah.
yeah.
brought in.
Yeah.
Is it Keith Andrews?
I don't know. Not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's a bit risky. I think they're probably in a bit of a shit
Good defending.
situation.
Yeah.
There's money though.
Losing their two
There is
biggest
money,
goal
and I
scorers.
think, but it's almost like I wonder how useful money is to a team like Brentford, because are they
Yeah.
going to go and spend big money? No, they want to bring in. They want to dip into the Championship, and
Yeah. I feel like if you're losing big hitters like Wissa and Mbeumo, you need to put some real investment in.
yeah, I'd be surprised if they didn't struggle.
I'm not gonna lie to you, the youngster that's come on looks good.
Liam.
Yeah.
The 68. Yeah.
What's happening over there?
Tomfoolery.
Giggling, the producers are good.
Getting him for Finn.
The midnight
What a
fever
name.
is kicking him.
Good ball.
Any good players that had really generic names? Like Alan Smith, Steve Bull.
Mark Hughes.
Yeah.
Dan Burn.
Dan Burns,
Daniel
pretty-
James. I said decent
Daniel James,
players.
yeah, that's 2 first names, isn't it? From Chelsea.
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna go
Michael
on Wikipedia
Owen.
because then you can see if they,
Michael
like,
Owen.
they play for England.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Yeah.
And he has the
Chelsea
personality that
before.
fits his name as well, Michael Owen.
Tony Hibbert.
Yeah.
Yeah. Joe Cole.
Joe Cole. Or Colton.
that. Joe Cole.
Pretty generic.
Fucking hell, I usually can think of these loads.
Steve Bruce. West Ham
Dennis
playing by
Irwin.
Barcelona. Bloody hell.
Yeah, this second team West Ham will put on, I don't know if it's because our first playing better football.
Barcelona's at reach, isn't it?
I never
it's
thought
a-
Dwight York sounded like a top
Maybe he was on
footballer.
about Barcelona beat.
Yeah. Theron. Yeah, it looks tidy.
Yeah, you like turned a couple of people then.
It's probably as good as West Ham have looked.
Ronaldo
all game
Brown.
currently.
I agree.
If it was just like Ronald Brown. That'd be pretty
Yeah.
bog standard.
Ronald, yeah.
You know what I love now in like South America where they seem to have like the English names seem to become exoticized over there. What was the Colombian keeper we were linked with? John.
Yeah.
And we had Fred who used to play for us.
Yeah. There was a
Just
girl.
single name.
There was a girl at uni that started calling me Ronald as like, it was part of
When you were in
like,
the throes of
it
passion.
was part of like nah, it wasn't one of them. She was just part of like the group. We had like a group. We had a group that was quite mixed. It was, I was going to say mixed gender. Made it sound like weird, but like
No one said anything about it being weird.
nah, but sometimes at uni you get like a collective of like like a little community about 15
I think
people.
you're describing a group of friends.
Yeah,
I had some mates at uni. Why
That is not weird
and
at all.
a group of friends together, and it was like a mix, male female, but it's just all
different people.
friendly. And one of them, she won't be watching, so I can beat her up.
Why are you sweating?
She was called Libby, and she used to call me Ronald all the time. But as a bit of like a running joke and gimmick to begin with, but then it stuck, and she always said it. I used to hate it.
Grind your gears.
I feel like to the point where she can't say my normal name now. And to the point, you know what's annoying? You're hearing Ronald, and I'm actually like doing the turning around, and it's like,
Are you still in touch?
yeah. I've actually got a mate from uni that I was still in contact with has just been engaged. He's got an engagement party in London in a few weeks. I've got to go down, but so I feel like I've gotten to that age now where I'm gonna have mates that are getting married. But what I'm hearing is weddings that aren't your own are really good, is from what I've heard.
Weddings.
So in the chat, let me know, weddings are, when you're not the one being married, apparently weddings can be really fun.
She's a 10, but she calls me Ronald.
11.
Those Loughborough uni days, Ronald.
Yeah.
1 minute to go.
1 minute to be fair, 1 minute to endure. Feels like as soon as the subs were made, the games just floated by. But pre-season, this is what feels like watching pre-season. If I was at home, I would have gone to bed 25 minutes ago. I would have just switched it off.
The substitutions kill the game.
Yeah,
you can't change 11 players. It was 10,
Was it
wasn't
11?
it? It was 10. Yeah.
10 without Binder, yeah. There's no penalties tonight, is it? Tonight, is
No.
there? Good.
That's the
Someone said blow the whistle, ref. No one will mind. Like the feet. I think the last 20 minutes has been a bit tough, innit?
Yeah.
We had a match that was 90 minutes like this, and you know what we didn't mention was the Sociedad game at 2:30 in the minute. It went to pens, remember?
Did it? That's why we didn't get out.
I know we had to do a review.
Yeah,
It was,
a
oh my
review.
god.
We've got 9 minutes of added
I think-
time.
What? 5 minutes? Nobody cares.
I think we literally said to, like, I think it was even. We said, let's just do the review immediately, and we managed to do
get it
like
done.
8 minutes. It's weird. I feel like it was a weekday, so I actually had
It
work
was?
the next day. Yeah. And you said you had something
Yeah.
on to do the next day. It might not be work, but you said he was busy.
I was working that day.
Did
Are
you?
you doing the next one? What time's the next one?
I think. Do you know what happens? Like, I think I'm doing the next one. Yeah. What happens is you end up losing out on the sleep, and then you still go to work the next day. But then once you've finished work that next day, you fall
dead.
asleep like 4 hours
Yeah.
early.
Sometimes I'll get overtired when I've lost out on sleep.
It takes like
Just
days.
lie
to
there,
sit-
just
yeah,
wired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steve M says funerals can be fun as well when you're not the one being buried. I think that was very dark.
That's interesting. Take.
Yeah.
I feel like the one being buried is probably the least upset
Anything
at
can
a
be
funeral,
fun, can
really.
it? You know.
Yeah.
It's-
Northern Quarter still at it. Look forward to getting past that. When's the next book, Scotty? Coming out next year.
Yeah.
I'm going to finish it.
Oi, oi, oi.
Oi, oi, oi.
4 more minutes to endure, yeah?
Ronald
Ref.
Brown and chums on the watch along.
What the hell does that mean, man? No. That's actually funny though, because you can't even get offence to that, because I've been mentioned as referred to as chums. It just depends who's on. If it was J Joe and me, you'd have people go, "Oh, it's J Joe and this chum." They just love giving stick. Oh, right. Is anyone out after this then, lads? Okay, now pre-season, yeah.
If we score again, maybe.
Where are they next? Atlanta, is it? Chicago. Home of the Cubs.
Oh, see, Atlanta, you know, they call it.
Atlanta's a great
They
city.
call it Black Hollywood, don't they?
Yeah, it's a great city, Atlanta. Me and Jay went just after the World Cup, 2014.
Oh, we got 3-on-2 it. Oh,
No way.
fucking hell.
Bowen. Yeah.
Oh, bind
As soon as as soon as Bowen set up on his left, I thought him. Yeah, he's probably nestling that.
Don't know what happened there.
Scary.
Weird save.
Jerry Bowen is so Mr. West Ham that he's getting 95 minutes in he's getting 95 minutes in pre-season games.
Yeah.
They seem to have
We
one of
can't
them
say
every generation. They seem to have Mr. West Ham. Don't
Yeah.
they? That when Scott when
The new Mark Noble.
one
Noble,
leaves.
Scott
Yeah.
Parker.
I'm sure you also know and then to make it worse, he's got with Danny Dyer's daughter.
Yeah. Of course, that's part of the role. And it'd be Danny Dyer's great.
Don't worry about it.
Used to be so quick.
Someone said Reginald Brown. I'm not sure how to take that one. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, he wears a monocle, doesn't he?
I could throw some accusations
Reginald Brown.
for that name.
It's not even that funny. I'm so tired.
What makes you think that I look like a Reginald?
It's the brown as well.
How did you?
Just the
It
it's
is.
a great combo.
Okay, it is a very melanated name, though. I will
Yeah, but you
say,
could
do you know what I mean?
Reg Brown.
Reggie Brown.
Reggie Brown.
Yeah, Reginald.
Reginald.
I actually feel like I could be.
What's your
I
middle
do
name?
Look like or
Reggie.
Sorry?
huh?
What have you got a middle name?
No,
You don't?
I do, but
What's your middle initial?
M.
Reginald M. Brown.
Ooh. There's a ring to it.
Yeah.
Is your middle name McDonald? Isn't it?
I'm not having that. That's definitely.
Oh dear. Well played, chaps.
Ronald McDonald, your mum.
This was the best part. It took us 95 minutes.
It's full time.
That's full time. Hey. We're free
Victory.
until the review.
Oh, we won.
Oh,
Oh.
I actually have to do the.
We're doing a review.
It's great to win.
Are we doing a review?
Yeah, we have to
Yes.
do a review.
Oh.
If we don't do a review, we'll get. We would get.
They didn't do one after the Leeds game.
Did not.
No.
Referee.
Wow.
Anyway, Manchester United 2, West Ham United 1. We are going to be doing a review after this, but before we go, Tom, what do you think of that?
It was fine.
It was fine.
Do you know what? As I said on the thing, it kills the game with the substitution, so you can't really look too much at the last 20 minutes. I thought first half it was good. There's a few things to like. It's a work in progress, isn't it? Just little glimpses.
Yeah.
We played well in the first half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Finn?
Yeah, I think especially the start of the second half when we still had that first 11 on, they started to really find a groove, and we were creating a lot of opportunities. Really liked what I saw from Kobbie Mainoo, especially as the game went on. I thought he grew into it, and really promising to see how mobile and how he looks like his old self kind of. So again, nothing crazy to take home, but pretty positive performance, I'd say.
Cool. And Ronald?
I thought the first half had a lot of positives to it. Do you know what I mean? Not perfect. I think the goal we conceded was a bit of a repeat of what we've seen in the past in terms of the midfield getting bypassed and then we're in trouble. But I don't think it happened too often. I think the second half was quite a chore to watch, but I think the first half was okay. But I think you just get that with pre-season with the chop and changes. Even though I feel like the starting team played enough of the second half as well, but it just didn't seem to be quite the same level. Obviously, great goal from Bruno for the second one. I think there's not really much else to say, really.
No, the game certainly slipped off after the substitutions came on. Anyway, we'll be back for a review very, very soon. Well, that's been Tom, thank you, Finn, Ronaldo, and I've been Scotter. You've been watching us on Stretford Paddock with my chums. See you soon.